collaboration of 2025? I think so. I think so. Unless you want me to say, ooh, but Lisa and Tyla. Lisa and Tyla, that's one of the best collaborations also. Let's see what we got in the IRL Blick. This will show if my community actually cares about me or not. If they, I know at one point they did, but if they don't anymore, this will show it. We've got IRL Blick. We've got Waxy said at the lake. He didn't post a picture. He took a picture. He took multiple pictures of me, but he said at the lake. Nobody responded to him. I think all the people who once cared about me don't care about me anymore. And that just makes me gotta work harder. That just makes me jaded. Yeah, that's right, I'm jaded. Now instead of having parasocial relationships with my chat, I'm just gonna not do that. Can we clear the whole map in Night Rain? No, the frick you can't. No, the answer is no. And if they can, I'm gonna lose my mind. But I'm not watching that video. I'm just saying, that's a crazy title. Anyway, I guess now is a better time than ever to get into story time, because yesterday was quite the adventure. So, let me start with... First of all, let me start with this. 2 days ago, right, I had gone to sleep at 9 a.m. because my sleep schedule is so incredibly messed up that it's actually, it was actually that bad. 9 a.m. from 5 p.m. or from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The only thing waking me up at all basically was stream. And if I didn't have to stream, then I could sleep through the day, and maybe the next day my sleep schedule would be like if I didn't have to wake up at 5 p.m., then maybe the next day I could I could wake up at like 10 p.m. or something, and then the next day go to sleep at not 9 a.m., but like 6 p.m., you know what I mean? But anyway, my sleep schedule was messed up. I went to sleep from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., okay? And then I was feeling a little drowsy because I only got 8 hours instead of my normal natural 10 to 11. So, at 10 p.m., I was feeling a bit drowsy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to bed. Because, here's the thing. I could low-key, like, probably go to bed at 10 p.m. and stay asleep for 8 hours. Depending on how good my ability is to sleep for that long on such little awakeness. Basically, how good is my ability to oversleep? And so, I went to sleep at 10 p.m. I then woke up at 2 a.m. last night, yesterday. Hold on, let me open my window. Alright. Yesterday, I woke up at 2 a.m. off of 4 hours of sleep, you could say. And I didn't expect the way that the day was gonna go. Okay, that's plain and simple. Now I did get a text from Ty not that long ago saying he couldn't do a stream yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. How's my hair so curvy, bro? I've never done anything to warrant that, except maybe I slept weird. I don't know. But yesterday was Sunday, and I told my bro Ty, I was like, you got to come over for a stream. I have such a good idea. And he said, can't. Well, at first he said I should be able to do that. And then I reassured with him. What's the word? I went back in and I was like, hey, we still on. And he's like, nope. He's like, my sister's birthday. And I'm like, how did you not know it was your sister's birthday 4 days ago, but now you do? That's fine, whatever. He said I should pull up to his grandpa's place. And I was like, okay, I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Why not? So yesterday, I woke up at 2 a.m., bro. And I don't exactly remember what I did off rip, right? But I for sure watched TikTok for a little bit. I watched a lot of YouTube. And then I went in and I finished the Augur video, okay? Out of all the 10 Night Lords or whatever, out of all the 10 Night Lords, I've had them all beat for like 7 days, or not even 7 days. I've had them all beat for like a week. I've had them all beat for like 2 weeks, except for the last Night Lord, and then I beat the last Night Lord like a week ago. So, needless to say, I'm behind on putting out the YouTube videos, but I finally, I was editing this one. I finally had it edited. I had it edited for a while. I finally made the thumbnail, and then the next day, which was yesterday at 2 a.m., I finally uploaded the video. And might I say, I don't know how good the video is, but I really like the thumbnail. It's a good thumbnail. Anyway, after that, I was going through like my files on my desktop, you know what I mean? Like, I was clicking around on stuff, and I was like, because that's where, okay, I export the video to a certain folder every single time, and that's like my good folder, and then I use that folder to upload it to YouTube, and then I delete the video. I used that folder to upload it to YouTube, and then I deleted the video, and then I was like, wait a second. I can clearly see here that there is a 24-hour stream in this folder. And I just remembered the halfway mark, the 6-month anniversary of that stream was yesterday. And so I was like, frick, I gotta try to upload this video today. I gotta try to do a double upload today. I gotta edit this 24-hour stream down to hopefully 2 hours. That was my goal. And then upload it today. And I started doing that at like, I want to say, no, not 7 a.m. I want to say like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., one of those times, okay? And then I was editing. And then I took a 20-minute break, and then I kept editing. And I got through 4 hours, no, not 4 hours. I got through 6 hours of it in like 4 or 5 hours, right? And I realized, like, I got through 6 hours, and I still had like an hour of content. So I have to get the hour down to 30. You know what I mean? But I was editing that all day from like 8 to 1, okay? And then at 1, first I sent Ty like snaps and text messages. I was like, oh my god, it's our 6-month anniversary. Are you excited? He said, heck yeah, happy 6 month. And then he was like, by the way, we pulling up to the thing. You should come. Hold on, let me read this. Watch this.
Send this video to a nice, inspiring, generous, gentle, educated, and
Oh, what?
radiant person. So I fall so high, these people want to find me.
Bro, I was literally with Ty last night when he sent that thing to me. I was with Ty when he pulled that up, like on TikTok. He was scrolling. We were in his car, and then he started sending it to a bunch of people, and then he clicked me, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. I already seen the video. I'm right here. And then he sent it to me anyway. Anyway, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., right? It wasn't 1 p.m. It was like 12 something, right? He called me up and he's like, you trying to come to the lake with us? We were going to a lake, as you could see in the Discord messages. And I was like, yeah, but you got to pick me up because there's no universe. I know the only 3 lakes that we have, only 2 lakes, are all like 40 minutes away. I'm like, there's no way I'm coming with you if I have to drive all the way to the lake by myself and then stay there for who knows how many hours and then come back by myself. That just seems like I'm very needy and desperate and doing too much. So I'm like, yeah, if you come get me, I'm so down. And then he came and got me, and I was so down. And so at 1 p.m., maybe 1 p.m. on the dot, they showed up to my house, and then we were off, okay? We weren't off exactly. It was just Ty and his mom. He just got off of work, and then we drove. Where was the first place we drove? I think the first place we drove was to his girl's house because we were in his mom's car and then she wanted Ty's car. So we drove to his girl's house. Me and Ty were talking about Pokemon cards. We were talking about our bathing suits. He had 2 bathing suits, okay? Swim trunks. He had one that was big and one that was small. And he said, one of these is yours. And I was like, okay. I wasn't excited to swim because I haven't swam in like 3 years. But I was like, okay, I'll put them on and see where it goes. You know? I wear the swimsuit, bro. It is like 3 times as large as my body. And I have to tighten it and I have to tighten it. And then I'm like, these are massive, bro. And he's like, oh, well, we could switch. And then he went into the bathroom and put his on. And they were tight, bro. You could see the outline of the fat folds on his leg. They were so tight. And so we were like, okay, yeah, we should switch. And then his mom was getting mad at us because we were taking a long time. And also his girlfriend had a tiny little kitty at the house that they just were gifted. But that's besides the point. We finally got the swimsuits on and we were out. Okay? Where did we go? We went to a restaurant to pick up his sister and his little brother. And he had another little brother who didn't want to ride with us because it would have taken a long time. And there wasn't enough room. He didn't want to cram into the car. Listen, I'm a very skinny guy, but the rest of his family's pretty big. So it wouldn't have been fun for him. So he went with somebody else. But then we were off and we went to the lake. And the only thing that made yesterday an awful experience was the fact that on the lake, Ty had aux and he was listening to K-pop because he's a G. He's a G. He's a certified awesome pal, okay? He's the best dude. We were listening to K-pop so much. We were listening to Lisa and Jennie and Blackpink, and his sister would say stuff like, can we throw on some real bangers? What? What? And what, bro? What are you talking about? First time she said it was when I'm With You, Lisa and Tyler was playing. So that might not have been the first time. I think that might have been the second time. She said, can we put on a real banger? And I was like, this is a real banger. It will always be a real banger, and it never won't be. And then she was like, oh. And then we listened to the song. And then we kept listening to more songs, and then they kept getting more and more frustrated. And I, in the back of my mind, wanted Ty to switch to something else so that I wouldn't have to hear his siblings say these songs suck. But he wouldn't. And also in my mind, I'm like, I like these songs. Me and Ty are having a fire time listening to them. But I'm also having a bad time listening to them complain. And they're having a bad time because they don't like it. Listen, it's fine if they don't like it. Obviously, their brain development has undergone the effects of like people who have been dropped on their head as a baby or have done multiple drugs to the point where it makes them hardly able to speak. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. But then we made it to the lake finally, and then it was finally time for me to take my shirt off. Now, I'm not ashamed of my body. I used to be, but now I'm like very skinny, so I don't care. I do have a lot of body hair, which I don't like, but I'm fine on those fronts. Now, the thing is, I've got a skin condition, which affects my chest and shoulders and all of my back, okay? And I don't like showing it off, because in my mind, I'm like, if I were other people, would I want to be around somebody showing off this skin condition? Not really. But I know they don't really care, so I'm like, I'm gonna take off my shirt at some point and get into the lake, but I just need to build up the confidence, you know? And then everybody's in the lake, and then I'm like, what's good, yogurt boys? I was waiting, bro. I was waiting. I really did fall off, you know that? 17 minutes into the stream. What's good? What's your skin condition? Mine is just severe acne that I listen, I got rid of it. I took the pills. I got the injections, but it just went too far. You know what I mean? And so I need to get like laser surgery. Unfortunately. But that's where I land. But I was ready to take off my shirt and get in the lake. And obviously I did, and nobody said anything. Now the activities that we did in the lake they included volleyball, finding rocks, and drowning people. Listen, I've not gone swimming in 3 years. Tightly scratch my skin, I get the lines that pop out, so I can do a little doodle on my skin. Okay, that is not a skin condition, bro. That's just a cool artifact. Not me out here opening up. But anyway, anyway, we were swimming. Also means I'm itchy 24/7. I will say my body is not itchy, but it is in a lot of pain right now. But it's usually not that itchy. It just hurts right now. But I'll get there. Okay? Luckily, Yogurt Boys, you caught me at the beginning of the story. Literally, I'm on Lake Day. That was the first thing that we all did together. So, on Lake Day, what do? We were playing volleyball. Me and Ty, when we play volleyball, we count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when I say play volleyball, I just mean we hit it up in the air a bunch of times, and then the other person hits it up in the air, and then boom, 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 boom. But they started singing the alphabet. And I was like, that's fine. And the goal, there was like, if I remember correctly, there was like 8 people. I think it's 8 people, and we were all tossing the volleyball back and forth. 2 of them were absolutely horrendous. And then one of them wasn't horrendous. This is Ty's littlest brother. He wasn't horrendous, but he would often hit the ball very hard. Like, he would spike it, or he would hit it like 4 miles away. And then I was always the receiver. Tell me why I'm always the receiver, bro. He would hit it. I can swim. I know how to swim. Obviously, I swam before. But I haven't swum in a long time. Is it swum? Listen, every time I went underwater, every single time I would get water in my nose and in the back of my throat. And it hurt so bad. And I kept like spitting into the water. Because like the back of my throat hurt. And then Ty's just telling me, like, you have to breathe out. Like, I thought I just hold my breath and then it doesn't do anything, but apparently I have to breathe out or something. But I'm every single time, it hurts so bad. But when we were playing volleyball, they would always hit it, and then we would only ever get to like letter. I think the farthest we got was like Q or something. It would always go so far, and then I was always the retriever, just because I was like on the deeper side, and then. Because if the ball goes to the deeper end, we were standing where we could stand. You know what I mean? But if it goes a little bit farther, we can't stand that much. And first of all, I will say, Ty is by far the best swimmer. That dude is an insane swimmer. He's very good at swimming. Okay? Me, I'm not. I'm not an insane swimmer. I haven't swam in ages. Actually, ages. Okay? But I was always swimming. I was grabbing the ball and then swimming back. And every time my head would go underwater and I would get stuff into the back of my lungs. But we kept playing volleyball. It was fun. One of Ty's little brother's friends kept throwing the football at us while we were playing volleyball. And nobody was annoyed by that at all. And then eventually we stopped playing volleyball. I don't remember why. There was like... what else happened? I know there were rocks. There was a lot of rocks. There was a really big rock that we were like, I wonder if we could get this rock out. It was like this big and it was under the sand. We couldn't get the rock out. We couldn't. Me and Ty tried. We couldn't get the rock out. But then I found some clay in the water and I said, Ty, I'm going to make you a sculpture out of this clay. And I turned it around, and it was a girthy... Actually, I would say the balls were the biggest. It was a penis. It was a really great shaped penis. When I started crafting the penis, I was like, oh, this isn't gonna look good. I'm not, like, the clay is not the kind of clay I'm used to, but I kept putting forth my effort and my energy, and eventually I made the best penis. It was a very good penis. And then I think Ty, like, crushed it or something. Ty was actually a menace for no reason. Like, I made a penis, I had a good amount of clay that I would like to have played with, and then Ty grabbed it and got rid of my penis, he got rid of all the clay, and I only had, like, this much left, and so I couldn't play with it. And then his little brother and one of their friends made, like a sand castle. That's what I'm saying. What is wrong with this dude? And they made like a sand castle, okay? And they had water going through it and everything. And then Ty went up to it and he fell on it on purpose. And then he was like, oh my God, oh, this is awful. I can't believe this happened. My brother pushed me. His brother's like 10 feet away. Me and his sister literally watched him get out of the water and then slam down on it. Nobody believes him. He's evil, bro. And then when I got out of the water, hold on, let me close my door. No window. When I got out of the water and I had a towel wrapped around me and I was waiting for us to be like, okay, let's go. I started also making the sandcastle smooth. You know what I mean? They did the structure. They got the overall structure. It wasn't an amazing sandcastle, but they got the structure, the build out of it. And I was patting everything down, making it smooth. And then Ty gets out of the water, stomps on it, and then leaves. It's like, bro, that wasn't just something I was doing. It was like you already got your moment. You crushed the sandcastle once. Why you gotta crush it again? They were mad at him again because they remade the sandcastle, and I'm over here smoothing it out, and then he crushes it. Bro, if he's not the center of attention for 3 seconds, he just wants to ruin everybody else's day. And I don't think that's very cool. I think that's not very cool. And then, also when we were in the lake, bro, everybody was laughing at me, okay? Not because of my chest hair, which nobody else had except for maybe one of the girls, or not because of my skin condition. It was because for like, I don't know how long we were in the pool, like 3 hours or something. I'm just making stuff up, but let's say it was 3 hours. For the first 40 minutes, I was fine. I was having a good time. For the rest of the 2 hours and 20 minutes, my teeth were chattering, like nonstop. Like I held a record of doing it for maybe 13 seconds in a row of just my bottom jaw going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I liked it. I like when my tooth chatters. It's kind of funny. But they were like, oh, are you cold? Are you cold? And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm cold. But then there was also, me and Ty, we did a breath holding competition. Because I was telling him, first of all, he weighs 50 pounds more than I do, right? Second of all, he's a good swimmer. And third of all, every time I went underwater, I would get lake water in my nose and in my lungs. So, like, I was telling him, dude, it would be so easy for you to drown me. I'm a big teeth chatterer or overall trembler. I be trembling because cold too much. I don't tremble, but I do. My teeth were chattering a lot, but I don't think I've ever trembled. Maybe I have, but that's crazy, bro. We both teeth chatterers, but I think it's fun, isn't it? I'm big relating to you this stream. Exactly, with the pubis and the skin conditions and the teeth chattering. That's crazy. But I told Ty he could obviously drown me, and he was like, yeah, obviously. And then we were talking about who can hold their breath longer, and then I was like, you can definitely hold your breath longer. He said he could do it for like a minute, and I was like, yeah, I can do it for like 5 seconds every time. And then we had a competition, and I didn't know why, but he held my hands He said when we're underwater, we hold each other's hands. And I'm like, okay. Alright, yeah, I like that. So then we was holding each other's hands underwater, and we had a competition. Bro, I won every single time. Except for the first time. The first time we both went underwater, and then I heard someone splash next to me, so I thought that he got out. But then I got out and he didn't get out, and I was like, oh, my bad. But then every single time after that, I held my breath like longer than him. Like every time I got out after he got out, and I was mad impressed with myself. I was very impressed because I did not know I had the ability to hold my breath that long. And then one of the times, he held his breath, I held my breath, he came up first, and then I stayed there. I just stayed underwater for as long as I could. And then I counted it was like 30 something seconds. He counted it was like 50 something seconds. So, needless to say, neither of us can count, but also I could hold my breath for a really long time. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But also, I really enjoyed holding my breath because I would put my face underwater and then I would like scrunch my knees up to my chest and just sit there cradling myself as a ball floating to the top. I don't know why. It was just fun. It was just cool. I don't know. I liked the experience. But is that all that happened in the lake? We also did chicken fights, bro. I didn't want to be the person to like get on top of somebody's shoulders and push somebody off because, you know, skin condition. But I did, for some reason, I had Ty's 210-pound brother on top of my shoulders. So if anybody calls me weak, bro, if anybody calls me weak, no. Well, I had him once. But if anybody tries to call me weak, bro, I had a 210-pound 13-year-old on my shoulders. Okay? But I forgot. My actual teammate, shouts out to him, was Ty's second oldest brother. Okay? Or second youngest, I mean. It doesn't matter. He's got two brothers. He was my teammate. We won. We played like 9 rounds. We won every round except for once. And it was funny because every time I would go underwater, he would get on my shoulders. I would come up, and then my water would be in my face. And I'd be like, or not my water, the hair. I'd be like, get the hair out. And then he'd brush the hair. And then we'd go. And I could not tell what was happening. I could not tell what was happening. All I knew is that I had to stand my ground. I had to stand up and not let anything tip us over. And I didn't. We won. What else did happen, though? There was a lot of, like, swimming, obviously. Quite a bit of drowning, almost, from my part. And, overall, it was just a great lake experience. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been swimming in a while. Haven't been to the lake in a while. Also, the water was beautiful, bro. The water was straight up Gorgina. Okay? If you look at it, it was just blue, and it was just waving. And there weren't a lot of people there. And it was just nice. And we were like floating all the way off like 50 feet into the distance. If I tried to go 50 feet into the distance by myself, I would have drowned 100%. But we had like an inflatable thing that I was holding on to the whole time. So then, after that, after the lake experience, W Lake experience, we went to Ty's grandpa's house. Because Ty's sister, it was her birthday. That's why the whole thing was happening, right? It was her birthday. So she decided to go to the lake, and then Ty invited me. And then it was also like Ty's, let me see if I get this right. Ty's mom's sister's kid's husband's birthday, right? His aunt's daughter's, you know what I mean? It was his birthday at some point. I don't know if it was yesterday or soon, but they was celebrating both of their birthdays. I've never been, bro. On the way there, first of all, me and Ty were trying so desperately to play Gnarly, and we did. We successfully played Gnarly very loudly, and this time Ty's brother and his sister and his other brother were in the car, and it was awesome. But then they kept complaining, and she was making me really mad because Blackpink songs would come on, and she would skip them, And listen, I'm not going to rage or anything because I'm too shy to do so. But also, it's like her birthday or some stupid crap. But I was very mad. I was staring out the window like, you know what I mean? So then we go to his grandpa's house. And then one of the first things that happens, right? We all get food. I'm standing with his sister in the line, and then his grandpa comes up, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is the first time I've ever been to this dude's house. I don't remember him at all. I don't know if I've ever met him. And then the first thing he does is pat me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, remember me?" And I'm like, "Frick, bro." And then my response, I don't know. I wanted to say, "Yeah, I remember you." But, like, obviously if I do that, he's going to be like, "Oh, really? When?" And I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'm a blank. So my response was, "I'm going to be honest, not a lot." And then he was so sad. He was like, "Oh, that's disappointing." And then walked away or something. Like, I felt so bad, bro. I don't remember this dude. I have not seen this dude before in my life. And when I did, because I asked Ty about it later, Ty said, "You have met him, but it was like not 10 years ago. It was like 8 years ago." You know what I mean? And so, obviously, I'm not going to remember that. If it was 8 years ago, I'm not going to remember that. When I was 10 or 11 and my mom had just passed away, I don't remember that. But after that, I got my food. And it's the first time being in somebody's house. So, you know, I'm like grabbing stuff, like putting it on my plate and whatnot. Trying not to eat too much because beforehand they were being like Ty's family was being like, "We can't bring that many people to his house because he said no to whoever because he only baked as much food or something." And then they were like, "I don't care because it's Jackson, and I don't care because it was his other brother's best friend, so they brought us but nobody else." But then I was like, trying not to eat too much because they only had limited food. R.I.P. Ty's grandpa. Been waiting for someone to talk to him, and you couldn't give him that opportunity. Bro, what was I supposed to say? Genuinely, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I could have been like I could have kept the conversation flowing, like past participles. No, in hindsight, I could have been like, from when? You know what I mean? He's like, "You remember me?" And I'd be like, when did we meet?" And he'd be like, "Oh, at the birthday party." And I'll be like, I was very young, but I kind of sort of remember that, yeah. And then maybe he'll be happier, but man, I don't know. Either way, it was tough. But what was I saying? Oh, I was trying not to eat that much food. Okay. And then I got my food. I found a spot outside. I started eating. Basically, all the time I was like people watching because I never really am a part of the conversation unless I'm mad comfortable. Well, I wasn't part of the conversation really. But then his mom's sister's daughter, the same one, got up and she got new food and she set it down and went and talked. And then Ty started eating all her chips. And then I asked Ty for some of her chips. And I ate some of her chips. And then Ty's little brother ate some of her chips. And then she got back and she was set. Bro, she got back and she was like, "Go get me more chips." And then Ty's little brother got her more chips. Bro got her a full plate of chips. And then he was like, "Is it enough?" And she said, "No, I want the whole bowl." And then he went and got her another full plate of chips. But the point that I'm bringing this up is because I felt good because she said to Ty, she was like mad at Ty, and then Ty was like, "Jackson ate some too." First of all, threw me under the bus. I don't know why. But she was like, "Yeah, but he's a guest." And I'm like, "I'm a guest." And she's like, "Well, not really. You're basically family at this point." And I was like, frick. But also at the same time, aw, you know what I mean? But then that reminds me, he was trying to teach me how to defend him. A best friend needs to defend him. After I got out of the lake, obviously my teeth were chattering. I was very cold. I put a towel around my body and I was just sitting there on the bench. And then Ty and his little brother and his littler brother are over here throwing. Oh my God, bro. What did I do to deserve this? I was walking to the bench, and Ty's littlest brother threw a towel over me and like put it down on my legs, and I almost tripped, bro. He broke my foot. He put, like, I'm not joking. I was standing here like this, and he threw the towel over me, put his towel right here so that I would trip and fall over. But luckily, I'm so good with my dexterity that I didn't fall over. I had one foot that he broke, and the other foot stayed on the back, and I flipped that foot over the towel, and then I put my other foot over the towel, and then sat on the bench feeling betrayed, okay? But then Ty was getting like Ty, I don't remember why, but he let his little brother put the towel over his feet. I think he was trying to be like, you can't push me over. You can't trip me. And then he did, and then his other brother started beating him with a wet towel, and then his brother started beating him with a wet towel, and then he was just getting beat up by two dudes with a wet towel. And then he got up and they ran away because he's the alpha dog. But then he got mad at me. He was like, why didn't you help me out? And I was like, bro, I'm just minding my own business. What am I supposed to do? He's like, you see me getting beat up by two dudes, you're supposed to help. I'm like, but then I'm going to get beat up by one of those two dudes that are stronger than me. This is not my quarrel, bro. But then he was like, you gotta be a better friend. And so the next time that happened, I don't remember what happened. Oh, we were at the table. This is back at Ty's grandpa's house, okay? We were at the table eating the food, and then what happened, bro? Ty had like a chocolate milk or a drink or something, and then his little brother had like macaroni and cheese or something, and then he said he wanted some of the macaroni and cheese, and he said, I'll give it to you for the drink. And he was like, no, because the drink was rare. Everybody could get some mac and cheese. The drink was like more rare. And so he was like, no. And he's like, then he turned to me and he's like, this is where you got to back me up. And so I got up and I was like, hey, this is our drink. And then his aunt walked by. She hates my guts, bro. She really hates it. Like obviously I'm joking, but then she walks by and she's like, no, it is your drink. It is not your guys's. And I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, just, you can chill out. You don't gotta hate on me. I'm just joking. But then I kept yelling at Xavier. I was like, that is our food and this is our drink. And you gotta calm down, bro, to his 13-year-old brother. And then I got a good job from Ty, which means I'm locked in. I'm a good friend. But anyway, we finished our food, and then we started playing baseball. Okay? We had 6 people playing baseball. Me, Ty's 13-year-old brother who weighs 210 pounds. I think it was 210 or 230, but I'm going to say 210. And then Ty's 15-year-old brother who is like, I don't know, 160. And then Ty's second oldest brother's friend who had like a broken foot and weighed like 130, just like me. What's with the question marks? I'm just giving context. And then Ty's sister. Baseball. Baseball? You've never heard of baseball? Bro, New York Cubs or whatever? Bro. Anyway, we were playing baseball. And it was me. Oh, baseball. Right. And then it was his sister. And we were playing baseball, and we were having a good time, and there were a lot of bad moments on my part. Because the only time I'm physically active ever is, first of all, when I'm with Ty, right? The last time I played a sport was when me and Ty played basketball, and I got destroyed, right? The last time before that I played a sport, we played baseball, like, last summer, at the McDonald's function, because Ty works at McDonald's, and he brought his entire family, which is pretty funny. But we were playing baseball then, and I was not doing very good then. But today, I had the same amount of lowlights like a ball would come next to me and I would try to grab it and then it would be like a foot away from my hand and I'm like, oh shoot. And then you know what I mean? I have to end up chasing after it. Or when I had the ball and I was chasing after a dude and he was on second and I'm like, okay, surely he doesn't go back from second. But then surely he goes back to second, doesn't go to third. But then he goes to third. But I'm pretty sure he never even touched second. And then he jukes me out and I didn't actually touch him even though I was this close. It was really embarrassing is what it was. And then I had a few strikeouts, you know what I mean? But honestly, every time I play a sport, every 6 months I play a sport with these dudes, I get better, okay? And this time I was allowed to pitch. This time I was shooting dingers, okay? I was hitting the ball all the time, and I played pretty well. And obviously I'm a very fast dude. I'm pretty sure I'm faster than Ty. Definitely faster than his littlest brother. Probably not faster than his other brother's friend, but maybe faster than his other brother. But like I'm pretty fast is what I'm saying. But that doesn't matter. Like I always hit the bases, I never got out. But the real glory to the baseball match was I don't remember at all, but like you know when they're saying, "Oh, it's an easy out." You know when you get up to bat and you're swinging the bat around and they're like, "Oh, easy out." And then you're like, "Okay." And then they pitch it and then you miss a bunch of times and then you hit it and it barely hits and then you're like, "Easy out, huh? Easy out, huh?" And then you make it to first base. I want to say that happened a few times. But one thing that definitely did happen that was really funny is I was terrified. Hey, don't tell him, okay? But when certain people were pitching, I was okay with it. But when Ty's second littlest brother, when Ty's middle-aged brother was pitching, I was always terrified. Every single time I was terrified, I'm like, oh, I'm out. I'm definitely getting out. But it was like full count, which means you got 2 strikes and 3 balls. And if they miss the area of where you're supposed to throw the ball, then you get to walk. Or if they hit the area and you swing, or you don't swing, or whatever, then you're out. I stood still. He hit the ball, and it bounced off the bat. I didn't move the bat. It bounced off the bat, moved like a foot and a half, and we were all in shock. That was pretty funny. And then the other time, when he literally beamed the ball straight into my shoulder, bro, I could still feel the sting. I can't actually, but I remember, bro. I remember he whacked me with the ball and I got a free walk. And then they told me to beat him up or whatever. So I went up with the bat and I almost beat him up, but I didn't. But it would have been funny. But not that funny. Oh, what's good, Emily? What's good, my fishing friend? I'm talking about yesterday's, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about what happened yesterday. The events that unfolded yesterday when I wasn't streaming, when I hung out with my best dude, Ty. That's the events I'm talking about right now. And right now, I'm at his grandpa's house, and we're playing baseball. So I was playing baseball, and then the first round, okay? The first round, it was me, Ty, and his littlest brother against Ty's oldest brother, I guess, but he's younger than him. Ty's sister, and then Ty's second brother's friend, okay? And his friend was unable to run. I never asked why, but they had like a third party be the runner. And so we were playing. They scored 2 points the first round, and we scored 7, bro. We were up. We were on top. We were actually insanely good. And then the second round came. And they went from 2 points to like 11 points. And we weren't doing very good. And then our second round came and we scored 0 points. And then their third round came and they scored like 6 points, and then our third round came and we scored 4 or something like that. So needless to say, we lost. We lost pretty hard. We lost badly. But obviously I still have my highlights. I still have my moments. But then I also have my lowlights. Anyway, after that, after we got crushed, Ty's sister stopped playing, and Ty's second oldest brother his friend had to leave. So it was me versus Ty. No, it was me and Ty versus Ty's 2 little brothers. And we had a method, okay? We would switch off pitching, okay? Because here's the thing, when you're playing baseball with some fellas, with some brothers, everybody wants to pitch. Everybody does. And I'm always okay with not pitching, but like I also want to try pitching, you know what I mean? I think it's fun. Pitching is fun. I want to throw the ball. And the first time I pitched during the actual game, I struck out. I struck out the most athletic person there, which was Ty's second oldest brother's friend. Okay? I struck him out, and I was feeling good. I was feeling great. But then I threw like a ball, and someone hit a home run or something. I don't think it was a home run. It definitely wasn't a home run. But anyway, that was during the first game. That doesn't count. So then, obviously, they're saying, "Oh, I want to pitch, and I'm letting them pitch." Okay, even though they're pitching some bad ones, they are pitching bad. I think there was one point when Ty's littlest brother pitched 2 home runs in a row. No, yeah, 2 home runs in a row, and then, but there was also a moment when the friend pitched. And then Ty's littlest brother hit the ball, and it was a good hit. I didn't see it. It was the farthest that they had ever seen a ball go hit in that dude's backyard. So good on him. Props to him. But he was the worst player overall, stat-wise. Stat-wise, he was the only person that lost. But that's fine. Spoiler alert, I guess. Because when me and Ty were playing against Ty's 2 little brothers, okay, we were taking turns pitching. And then when I stepped up to pitch, first of all, I don't remember what happened. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I do remember. The first thing that happened when we started playing 2v2s, Ty threw the ball. His second oldest brother hit the ball. It went straight into like the shed behind us under a lawnmower, and like I couldn't grab the ball. You know what I mean? It was under, I had to like, boom, so he got a home run. But before, when they were playing, they were like, if you can't grab the ball, that's only 2 bases. But I'm not going to complain, even though I did complain secretly. After that, it was my turn to pitch because we were taking turns, and I was pitching against Ty's littlest brother. And his littlest brother said, on my life, this is going to be the easiest home run or something. On my life. And so, I wind up, I do the leg thing, boom, I throw it, and I strike him out. Okay? No, I don't strike him out. I throw it, and I give him a strike. That's what I meant. I threw it, he struck, and he was like, dang. Like, he didn't even swing the bat. He didn't even try. He stood there, and it was dead center, and everybody was shocked. And then I was like, it is what it is. Give me the ball again. I throw it again. Straight down the middle. He doesn't even swing. And at this point, sweat is dripping down his head. He's heavily breathing. He's scared. And everybody else is like, whoa, when did this dude get the ability to throw? Okay? And then the third time comes. I throw it. Straight down the middle. Doesn't swing the bat. I strike him out. And then I say, on your life, huh? On your life? And then I go and I snap his neck and he dies. Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't do that. But it was definitely my highlight of my day. Okay? When I struck him out. Okay? That was awesome for me. And then what happened after that? What happened after that? Me and Ty. The thing about me and Ty is we play together very good. Because we are energistically Dang, bro. Energistically, we are locked. Alright, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. I know. I'm back, y'all. Ain't no freaking way. Ain't no way, bro, molded over. What did you come to, Orgy? What conclusion did you come to? I was just telling everybody about my yesterday at the lake and at Ty's grandpa's house and at Ty's house after the grandpa's house. But that's what's going on right now. That's what I was just telling everybody. That's what you missed so far. So far, you missed all of the lake and most of the grandpa's house. Ugh, water's disgusting, bro. It's not disgusting, but I don't know. But if I leave a stream in a worse mood than when I enter it, then something has to change. That's what my mulling over came to. Fair enough. I mean, that makes sense. That it's not just with stream. If you leave anything in a worse mood than when you arrived, same conclusion. So I understand that. Anyway, we was playing baseball. Me and Ty, energistically, we are locked, okay? I was striking some little brothers out, okay? And I don't know if he struck his little brother out or not either. His not as little brother. I should start saying little and littler, but it's too late for that. But he struck him out. I think I hit gas once. I think I hit gas one time. And I got Ty to... The bases were loaded. No, I don't think I hit gas once. I think I made it one base. And then Ty made it one base. And then we had a ghost runner because only 2 people were pitching. So there was somebody on second, somebody on third. And then I was pitching. And then I hit it. And I guess Ty went... Oh, no, I did hit gas once. And I know I hit gas once because I was here, Ty was here, there was someone there, and then I hit it, and boom, 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 I made it all the way around, and we got 3 points, and that's how we won. We were on, it was 5-1 at the end of the game. We only played like 2 rounds because then they started telling us, they were like, if you don't come up here and sing happy birthday, then you're not going to get any cookie cake. And me, I'm like, I'm okay without the cookie cake, but everybody else goes up there to sing, so I'm gonna go up there to sing too. And I went up to sing, and then we all sung, and then we clapped a little bit, and then I had my cake, and then I told Ty, I was like, bro, I've been holding in my pee for 6 hours. I'm not kidding. Yesterday, from the second that we stepped into the lake, I had to pee like kind of badly, bro. But I didn't want to pee in the lake, even though the lake is full of fish or whatever that pee. You know what I mean? It's not like clean water. I didn't want to pee in the lake. So I kept holding it for like 4 hours. And then the 2 hours we were playing baseball. And so I was like, Ty, I gotta go pee. But I don't know where I'm at. So can you show me the bathroom? I won't piss in a hot tub, but ripping it at a lake, I'm fine with. I don't know. I would be more... See, it's funny you say that because I would rather piss in a hot tub than a lake. I'm kidding. It is funny though, because one time, me and Ty were at a swimming pool place. I don't remember where we were. I don't remember if it was my birthday or what it was. But we were at a place and they had 2 hot tubs. Okay? And me and Ty were chilling in one tub. Keep in mind, bro, we were like 11. But we were chilling in one hot tub. Ty would go underwater and like... that was the first time I ever seen anybody go underwater in a hot tub. Because I'm like, that's really hot, bro. That burns your face. But then I did it, obviously. And then I was like, I gotta pee, bro. And so I got up. I went to the other hot tub. And peed. And then I came back and I was like, that's the pee hot tub. And then through the course of us being in the hot tub, we both went to that hot tub like 4 other times just to pee in it. And then came back to the other hot tub. And I'm pretty sure there were people in both hot tubs. I'm like 90% sure there was people in our hot tub and people in their hot tub, right? And we were like obviously if you get up and then you move to the other hot tub and you go, and then you come back, obviously you're doing something you're not supposed to, but it was pretty funny, bro. W strats indeed. So, anyway, that has nothing to do with what we were doing. I went to the bathroom. I said, show me where it's at. He said, okay. We walk into the house. The bathroom has been taken. So he says, come with me. And we go to the secret bathroom. We go downstairs, and he brings me to the secret bathroom. And I'm like, dang, I really am special, aren't I? And so I go to the secret bathroom. I take a secret pee. And then I come back. And Ty's sitting in the basement, and he's watching TikToks. I start watching TikToks with him. And then his mom's sister's daughter comes in, and she's like, what are you guys doing? And I said, I had to pee. And then that was it. And then Ty's girlfriend's best friend called, and then she was talking, I don't remember what she was talking about. I think she just went over to see the little kitten that they had. And then me and Ty went upstairs. He copped the popsicle. You know the popsicle? I think these are the best popsicles, bar none. The ones that are I think it's also the worst one for the planet. But you know the little tubes that you have just a liquid in, and you put it in the freezer, and then you cut it out, you snip off the top, and then you eat them? Those things are fire. Those things are the best, bro. The best popsicles, bro. But he had one of those. I was like, okay, you're not going to get me one? He said, they're in the fridge. And I'm like, okay, fine. Bolus? Exactly, bolus. No, I have no idea what that is. That's what I call them. I used to have those as a kid. They were good. They are fire. Bollies. I don't know if there's a name for them. I do know that I went to the store and I saw, in the like Hispanic foods aisle, they had a different kind of them. They were like smaller and more expensive, and I was like, I want to have those, but my grandma didn't want me to. So I was like, okay, I don't care. But maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know. I know you are of Hispanic nature. Anyway, so he had his popsicle. I had mine. I had to use my teeth because I didn't know where the scissors were. And then as I'm biting it with my teeth, I look on the table and there's scissors, unfortunately. But I already used my teeth to rip it off. So then I'm just sitting there. I don't remember if I'm watching TikToks with Ty or if I'm just people watching. But then I have my shoes on, by the way, in the kitchen. Because first of all, whenever you go to somebody else's house in like a public setting, usually you take off your shoes, right? But like sometimes, like a lot of people just walk into the house with the shoes on. And so when Ty walks into the house with the shoes on, I also walk into the house with the shoes on. And then when Ty takes them off, I take them off. And so then I went downstairs with the shoes off. I come back up. I sit in the kitchen chair. I put my shoes back on. But then one of the people were like, whoever's putting their shoes in the house, this is Ty's aunt who doesn't like me. She's like, stop bringing your shoes in the house, and kicks somebody's shoes outside the house. And I'm like, yeah, whoever's doing that needs to lock in, bro. And then I kind of like hide my shoes. But anyway, at this point, we're basically leaving, right? So I'm sucking down my popsicle. Ty's finished with his, right? He's just sucking on the plastic. And then Ty's brother gets some. Ty's brother's over here calling everybody by their middle name. And then he looks at me, he's like, ooh, Jackson looked like he's eyeing some of that. And I'm like, some of what? And he says the candy. And I'm like, no, I don't want candy. I'm good on that. I got a popsicle. But then, you know, everybody's like, the thing with a family that big is everybody's yelling at everybody to leave, but nobody's actually leaving. And I'm not getting up until Ty gets up, you know what I mean? So like Ty's mom is yelling at the kids. Ty's kids are yelling at the no, not Ty's kids. Ty's mom is yelling at the kids. Ty's siblings are yelling at their siblings, but nobody's actually leaving. And I'm just sitting there watching Ty. Actually, I think he was playing chess. Bro, they were playing so much Clash Royale yesterday. It was actually insane. I did not realize how big that game was. What's good, Zeph? Hey, what's good, Zeph? You a master Clash Royale player? But no, I haven't played Clash Royale in like 3 years. I swear, sophomore year, I played it for a little bit, and then I deleted it off my phone like yesterday. I miss you all. Bro, I miss you too. I swear you only show up like every 4 days. Obviously, not like you have a choice, or also not like I want to be unemployed. Hey, I'm living the life. But anyway, yeah. I missed this, bro. I missed all these chatters, cause 2 days ago, I was streaming to just Yogurt for like 2.5 hours, and we were listening to music. It was a vibe, don't get me wrong. We were having fun, but we were also lonely. Also, what did I get on the Discord? I seen something. In a general text. Yeah, these things. These were the popsicles we had. Why is this lady pouring it into one of these? Honestly, I'm shocked they don't have any reusable things. Like, at this point, make a Ziploc bag that's one of these that's super long. You know what I mean? At this point. That way you don't have to reuse all the plastics. Those don't look as good as what I was talking about. No, these ones do look kind of busty, but they're the same. They're the same. I mean, that doesn't count. That's a popsicle. That's not a slip and suck. You know what I mean? We used those plastic ones when I was a kid. Ooh. I checked your channel and it said last live 2 days ago. I thought you died. No, yesterday I was with Ty at the lake and at his grandpa's house for his sister's birthday. That's what I was doing yesterday. They were reusable. I think reusable's fire. I think these still are like the method of making a popsicle. That's the only way to make a popsicle, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna make one, you use it. But anyway, I know I've done that before. I think I've done that with like a water bottle. You know what I mean? Like cut off the top of a water bottle, like snip it right here, and then put a stick in it, and then just have a giant frozen thing of juice. I swear I've done that before. I don't remember when, but it was like a long time ago. But it's not a bad idea. The only way is I don't know what. Yeah, I mean I'm over exaggerating with the water bottle, but it's worth. Hey, the more popsicle, the better, bro. It's so worth. But anyway, I'm pretty sure we left Ty's house, okay? Or not Ty's house. We left Ty's grandpa's house. At this point, we left, okay? We are leaving. Oh, I did forget to mention Ty's mother's sister's daughter's boyfriend. Wait a second. I'm confused. Because I said that earlier, but now I'm confused because who the heck is the other guy? I'm not gonna dox anybody, but I just realized that that person is the owner, or not the owner, the father, and so is that person? You can't have two fathers. I'm confused. But anyway, I met her that boyfriend, a different boyfriend than I talked about before, showed off his Pokemon card collection, and it was pretty fire, bro. It was fire, but it was also mid. Here's the thing I say about Pokemon cards, and maybe Zeph could back me up on this. If you've got a collection of them, I think it's impressive if it's like I only think it's impressive if first of all if the cards are really old, right? Or if you pulled them. If you pull the cards and then that's your collection, I think that's cool. But if you just go to the shop and you buy the cards themselves, that's not like there's nothing cool about that. You know what I mean? Like out of all the people, it's not rare. It's not rare because there's so many people out there that can pull the cards and then they just give them to somebody and then you could go find it. It's not that hard. You can't have two fathers twice 2025. Luckily after Pride Month. No, it's not, bro. For me, it's still the 30th. Look at this. You can have two fathers. You can't have two fathers and a mother. That don't make sense. Biologically. But, obviously, I'm not saying you can't be gay and have... Okay, I might have messed up my lingo. You're right, Orgy. You're right. That's my bad. Frick. Anyway, we were leaving, okay? We were all in the car. One of the dudes was in the trunk because there's not enough space. And one of the bags was leaking because I think it had ice in it before. And then so Ty was pouring out the water. I don't know what he was doing. Instead of actually turning the bag over and pouring all the water out, he turned it on its side and just let it very slowly come out. And then he zipped it up. And then he put it back in the car. And then his little brother, the second oldest one, was like, bro, it's still leaking. You're so dumb. And then he threw it at him. A little bit of an overreaction. Threw it at him. He's like, don't put that in the car. And then it hit Ty and it fell onto the ground into the water. And then Ty picked it back up. Cause this is a different water. This is water from like when it rained or something. It was dirty groundwater. Picked it back up. Threw it at his little brother. And then was like, and then they got into like a little fight or whatever. And then me learning my lesson from earlier, I'm like, I gotta back up Ty, right? So he says, get him, Jackson. And so I grabbed the towel or whatever I had. I don't know why I had a towel or something. But I had something and then I whipped his little brother. And then I was like, okay, but to be fair, the bag was still leaking. The bag was still like, so I'm on both sides. You know what I mean? I'm not making enemies with anybody, or I'm making enemies with everybody. I didn't think about that. Luckily, I played both sides and I won both sides, but I could have also lost both sides, which is crazy. But anyway, that happened. Then we got into the car. Then what happened? We're still in Ty's car. Ty's mom is driving Ty's car because it has more space or something. And then they drive. I'm pretty sure we drive to Ty's home. Okay? And then we're all there. And by this time, it's like 9 p.m. I'm tired because I woke up at 2 a.m. What's this? Minions Popsicle. Bro, the only time... Most goated thing ever. I've never had this in my life. I've never had this ever. The only time I ever seen something like this is when the ice cream truck would come by. When I was like 6 or 7. Right? I was young. And the ice cream truck would come by. And I told the dude, I was like, give me the SpongeBob one. I never had a Minion one, Zeph. I only ever had the SpongeBob one time from an ice cream truck. I said, hand it on over, bro. And I remember he didn't look like SpongeBob because he had one eye over here, one eye over here, one tooth here, one tooth here. This, like, only half the tooth, you know what I mean? And bro was disfigured, to say the least. And it also didn't taste that good. So if it's anything like that, bro, I don't know what to tell you. I ate the Bugs Bunny one and it tasted like shit. Exactly, bro. Shit. I don't know. I didn't even know they had a Bugs Bunny one. I kind of want to see the Bugs Bunny popsicle. I had the Dora ones. Bro, how many pops? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That would that would low-key traumatize a kid, bro. Look at this. Okay, maybe not that one, but the one that I saw, this one, that would traumatize a child, bro. That's crazy. What about the Dora? I think I might have seen the Dora one, to be honest. But the only ones I've ever known about were, it's not that bad. The only ones I ever knew about was SpongeBob and the Minion. The SpongeBob one. That's the one I was talking. Oh, you also had the SpongeBob. I don't think I ever had. I think SpongeBob's the only one I can remember. I might have had like a Minion one also in that ice cream truck, but I don't remember, bro. What? 9 tracks this week. Bro, Zeph, they're tracking you. Oh no, that's a game. What the? What is that? Oh no, it's a Spotify. Bro, I found a secret playlist. Oh no, it's just an album. Zeph, do you know they were doing this? You know they were leaking? I didn't know they could do that. Up here they got the music that you're listening to. And the games, I knew she was playing Counter-Strike. I didn't know, yeah, I knew it leaked the games you were playing. I didn't know it also leaked what you were listening to on Spotify. That's kind of scary, bro. But not really. That's embarrassing? No. That's not embarrassing. It's funny. Oh, I closed Discord I'm dumb. Anyway, where was I in the story? Oh, we finally go to Ty's house, bro. I know, you said that earlier. You said you love CS. You said like 3 days ago. I've actually never played CSGO ever in my life. Or CS2 or anything. And I low-key don't even want to. I feel like it's the same as Valorant, but not as hard. You know what I mean? Because in Valorant, they got like smoke, they can blind you, they got people that like suck you and gain health from it. That's too much, bro. In CS, don't they just shoot and you're dead? I'm addicted again now that I managed to convince my friend to play. That'll do it. What do you mean question mark? Valo? It's the same game. It's the same game. 5v5, you gotta find the freaking thing and then unfuse it. It's the same. What do you mean? That's the only game I've ever played. And it's basically the same. And I didn't like it. But I still think it's harder because you got special abilities. But I do actually, now that I recall, in CS, they do still have smokes. And they do still have blind. So I might be tripping. But at least they don't have people that can go crazy on you. I wonder what you're doing for tonight and forever. Hold on, I gotta look at Lisa's Instagram post real quick. 9 hours ago? I'm a fake fan. Actually, that's not true. I was sleeping 9 hours ago. If you enjoyed the gunplay in Valo, you would like CS. I know, but I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Every time I would turn the corner, I would get dinked in the head, and I would hate it. But it was still fun. But I'm not good with shooting games. My favorite shooting game was Apex Legends. But that's also kind of like a game where whoever shoots first just wins. Why is it so quiet? It's never been that quiet before. Oh my god, she's perfect. Anyway, bro, I'm kind of burning right now. It's hot. CS is probably one of the hardest shooting games mechanically, not easy to get into. Really? Why? Is it the actual shooting of the gun, or is it the way it's played, the 5v5? I don't need my water, I need my phone. I'll be right back, guys. Lock in, chat. Alright, chat. I'm officially back. I sold all my skins after that. I never returned. Bro. That's crazy. How much did you get the skins for? That's crazy, bro. To just troll and gamble. Right. Zeph might be a gambling addict, bro. It's either Pokemon or cases. Oh, no, never mind. The knife I sold for 200 is close to 1K. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I mean, hey, it doesn't really matter. What could have been isn't the same as what is. You know what I'm saying? Because bro has still made a profit. You sold it for 200. That's still a profit. You probably sold bad. Probably, bro. Here's the thing. Didn't you say you played for like 14 years? Like you played since the game was early. Sold like 3K thing and now it's like 30K. Bro. That's tough. That's tough, bro. I made back around when I spent on boxes and when I sold up. Okay, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I made back around what I spent. But yeah, I think if you were playing in the early days and you were unlocking legendary knives, bro, those knives nowadays would be mad expensive. But not to make you more depressed. I don't know anything about CS. Anyway, where was I in the timeline, bro? I think we're almost done. I think we're almost done with the story time. I went to okay, so we show up at Ty's house, right? We drive from Ty's grandpa's house to Ty's house. And instead of driving back and getting his mom's car, because we're still in Ty's car. Instead of driving back to Ty's girlfriend's place, grabbing his mom's car, and then using both cars, they drove back to Ty's place, or his mom's house, okay? And then we sat there for like a few minutes. I was in my bathing suit the whole time, by the way. I put my shorts and my undies. Because here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent for a second. And this is a dude thing, so I don't think girls do this. But dudes be wearing their underwear and their swimsuit. And I'm curious, Orgy, where do you land on this? I'd be freaked out if girls also did that. But forever, since the day I was born, I've always been like wearing no underwear when I wear my swimsuit, okay? And then I've learned over the time a lot of dudes do that. I have friends who used to do this when we went to water parks. I think it's weird to go double. That's what I'm saying. But I realized sometimes swimsuits have like a net in the thing that's supposed to hold your stuff. If they don't have the net, then I could understand wearing drawers also. But the only time that I've ever worn my undies is when I went with one time after the bowling team, we went to somebody's hot tub, just me and two other dudes, and I didn't have a swimsuit, and I lived 40 minutes away, you know what I mean? Not 40, but I lived 20 minutes away from school, as I told you guys not that long ago. And these dudes lived like 5 minutes from school, so they lived close. So we went to one of the friends' houses. He gave me underwear, swimsuit, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm wearing underwear with it. If bro gives me underwear to wear, I guess I'm going to wear it. You know what I mean? And that's the only time I ever wore underwear while swimming. But then this time, I asked Ty, I was like, do you wear your underwear with your swimsuit or not? And he was like, for some reason, I think he was being vague. He was like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do I wear drawers or not? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure no. Because we were thinking about it logically. I was like, if you think about it, we go swimming in the lake, and then afterwards, we're going to have wet underwear all day. But in hindsight, that was a stupid reason because we never even took off our swimsuits. Like, I didn't take off Ty's swimsuit till I got to my house. And it's right here, bro. I stole his swimsuit, bro. But in the moment when we were changing, we were like, I went swimming in my white boxers once. Would not recommend. Yeah, that's a bad idea. That's a white t-shirt contest, but for dudes. Like, you should have known, bro. That's only a mistake that, like that's not a mistake you should be making, is what I'm saying. That's crazy. But anyway, I said if we wear the underwear, then we're gonna have wet underwear the whole night through, so we shouldn't. And then he agreed, and then I don't think either of us wore underwear, but then still, it didn't matter because I never changed back out. I was drunk and I was drunk and got group pressured by some girls. My mate was supposed to join me, but chickened out after I jumped in. Dang, bro. Bro's got some history. Bro's got some life behind him. That's cool. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, the only thing wrong with that is like you jump into the ocean or wherever you jumped in, and then now you're cold and wet. And yeah, since you're wearing white underwear, you show your balls a little bit. But you cover up, then you just put your pants on, then you're good. Oh, I didn't. Yes, I can swim. I can swim. I was saying, I bet you can't. I just said I can't. I was saying earlier, I haven't gone swimming in 3 years, but, or I'm just making that number up. It's been a good chunk of time, but I was telling Yogurt this. Yogurt can back me up, okay? I haven't swam in a long time, but I was swimming constantly, trying to retrieve the ball because we were playing volleyball in the water, and I would retrieve the ball. Oh, you want in? My bad. I wasn't thinking, bro. Stop. You're losing me. Stop. You're losing me. Anyway, I was swimming. The only thing that I don't know how to do after 3 years is like breathe. You had a swimming stream? No, I didn't have a swimming stream. I had this stream where I told Yogurt what I did yesterday, and she was the only one here that was she was the only one that was here during the lake part. I also think Yogurt can't swim. That one I wouldn't be surprised. Why do you have to swim in New York? Like, how many pools do they got? She would drown. Huh? Oh, think she would drown. I can sort of swim, Zeph. Yeah, Zeph. I'm saying Yogurt can vouch for what I said earlier in the stream. I can't breathe underwater without holding my nose. See, I wish I would have held my nose. And opening the fire hydrant? What are you talking about? Is that a thing that happens in New York? They open fire hydrants and swim? But no, I was telling the Yogurt earlier, I can swim, okay? But since I haven't done it in a long time, every time I go underwater, I get water up my nose and in the back of my throat, and it hurts. You ever popped a hydrant, Yogi? You ever done that? No, I think that stuff is wasteful. Yeah, Orgy. Get out of here with your wasteful thought questions. Sorry. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm not trying to make you ponder life again. All it does is serve as a good car wash. I don't think it does, because you still need soap. I mean, I guess it does, because you just wash off your car with water. You could still get some dirt off and stuff, but... Anyway, where was I in the story, bro? We go to Ty's house. We've got, like, 13 people now, and it's just Ty's car, because Ty's sister, it was her birthday, she was having a sleepover or something, because they're going to church camp tomorrow, but tomorrow is today, and tomorrow is, like, 13 hours ago or something. She had a lot of people staying over, okay? And I was also over because I was hanging out with Ty, and Ty was also over, and he didn't have to be because there was too many people. He had a different place that he could have slept. But I was waiting for him to take me home, and then he wanted to go home. And then his mom decided to take Ty's car and go get, like, groceries or whatever because she had, like, 12 people at her place. But that sucked for me because this was, like, 9, 10 a.m. already. Not 10 a.m. 9 or 10 p.m. already. And I'm over here. I haven't slept since 2 a.m. the last night, and it was only 4 hours, right? So I was cooked, and I was sitting there watching Ty play Injustice and Mortal Kombat against his brother's friend, and then I was like I played a little bit, but I got cooked because I don't play those games, and also the controller that I had stick drift on it, so I was very cooked. But I was doing that. I was watching TikToks. And you know the dog Akasha that showed up on stream like 2 weeks ago? Maybe it was last week. It was last week, wasn't it? Anyway, it was tough. It was tough, but he only had 2 controllers. One of them didn't have stick drift, but the other one did. But anyway, that dog, I was sitting on the floor playing TikTok because, like, my back was hurting, my body was aching, and then I just realized, bro, at this point, I had realized that I got sunburnt from being outside for 6 or 7 hours. And I'm sure you guys can tell, although I don't know if you can. I don't know if you guys just think it's the lighting situation that's bad. Let me put the flashlight on. I'm like tan, but I'm also burnt. You know what I mean? And I got it on my face. I got it on my shoulders, on my chest, and on my back. It's the first time I've ever been sunburnt. I've never been sunburnt in my life, ever. every time I've been outside for multiple hours, I've always just gotten a nice tan. And I think I did get a nice tan today. And I think I also got some skin cancer. And it's the first time I've ever been burnt. You look less malnourished. Bro, here's the thing. I do tan well. I actually tan well. But I think it was just the fact that I was outside for more than usual. I'm not usually outside for 6 hours. Every time I've been outside, it was only 3 or 4, and that's when I got the nice tan. I think I overdid it this time. It's that Amish gene. Is that even real? Amish people get good tans? I feel like you're making stuff... Oh my god. She's so cute. She laid in my bed. I have no idea. So you're just making stuff up. But anyway, I was sitting on the ground. I wanted to go home. I think Ty wanted to go home. Well, he was home, but to his other home. I think there was a lot of stuff going on. But Ty's mom robbed him of his car. And so we were just sitting there. They were playing games. I was watching TikTok. My body was aching because for all of those 6 hours that I was outside, I was also being physically active. When I was swimming, I did not realize how... No, but he's like basically moved all of his stuff. I think he's moved all of his stuff. Yesterday was the last like little box. And I told him he should move his desk, but he was like, nah, I'm going to wait a little bit. And then I'm going to be like, oh. Bro. W sub. I thought you were about to be like, ooh, I have a stable Ronaldo sub. Bye. And then you go chat in his thing. That would have been tough. But no, I'm kidding. What was I saying? Oh, I told him he should move his desk, but he's like, nah, I'll do it a different time. And then I don't think he's gonna do it. I think he's just gonna leave it at his mom's place. But I was on his floor because my body was aching and my skin was burnt. Basically, my skin is burnt all the way over, like shoulders, chest, back, face, but it only hurts right here and right here. But it hurts right here. This is the worst part. Because when I was trying to sleep, and also, when I was trying to sleep, bro, I was tossing and turning, but like I like to lay on my shoulders, and I would put my shoulder down, and it would hurt so much, bro. It would hurt so much. It sucked. I never wish for anybody to be sunburnt, bro. But, oh my god, if somebody slapped me right here, now I understand why it hurts to be slapped when you're sunburnt. If somebody slapped me right now, it would hurt so bad. Because just touching it hurts, you know what I mean? Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Anyway, though, I was waiting. It was like 9 or 10 p.m. I hadn't been awake since 2 a.m. I was sitting there. We was playing Mortal Kombat. I was sitting on my phone watching TikToks. Ty's sister and Ty's little brother were on his bed. And there was a dog. Not a dog. The dog that showed up on my stream. Akasha. She does this thing where if you hit somebody, right, with a pillow or whatever, she'll yell at the person who hit them. She'll bark a lot, really loudly, and get aggressive towards the person who started the war. And then they like to do that. They like to tease her or whatever. They like to make her they like to rile her up and get her to chew on their towels or whatever. That's what happened. His sister got out of the shower because unlike me, they actually had showers that they could take. You know what I mean? Ty didn't take a shower, but they basically I was sitting on the floor listening to TikTok for 20 minutes. They were just fighting with the dog in a playful way. There was nothing wrong. Okay, but they were just getting torn up by the dog. She was biting their hands and stuff. It was great, but it was also really annoying, and I was tired. And then I was like, all right, let's go play volleyball, me and Ty. And he was like, I don't know if we have the volleyball because his mom stole the car. I was like, all right, let's play football because the football was on the floor. Or not play football, but just catch it. Because for some reason, The only ball I do not know how to throw or catch is a football. I don't know how people throw it at a spiral. Like, you know what I mean? It always ends up going like flippy dippy instead of. But, and whenever I catch it, it like bounces off my hands and goes. I suck at catching footballs. But I said, let's go play. I played with Ty's littlest brother for like 5 minutes, maybe 10. I don't know. We were just catching it back and forth. And then Ty came out. He was dancing to Gnarly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at throwing footballs either. I get a decent throw like 50% of the time. Exactly, bro. I've gotten better just because I've like done it enough times with other people. But it is, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And also, I think that football was a little flat, but I don't think that matters. Anyway, we was playing football. Then Ty came out. We started playing. He noticed that there was a volleyball. He was like, oh, maybe the volleyball is in the bag that my mom took out the car. And then he checked in the bag, and the volleyball was in there. It was great. I just put my fingers on the seams, try to add a random amount of spin and pray. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I just don't know how to spin it. I feel like maybe you have to start throwing like this. Because I always start throwing like this, and then turn it this much. I turn it 90 degrees. Maybe you have to start throwing like at a up. And then spin. I don't know, bro. I let it roll off my fingers as I let go. I don't think I do that. You sound, it sounds like you're getting a little orgasmic with the idea of throwing a football. I get it, bro. I get it. Anyway, yeah, we was just playing volleyball. We was catching it. We went back inside. We were watching TikToks again. And then his mom finally showed back up after like an hour. Felt like an hour and a half. I don't really know. And then we were done. I could finally go home. Me, Ty, and Ty's mom drove to Ty's girlfriend's apartment. We brought the dog with because she likes car rides. We drove. We got out of Ty's car. She went into her own car, and so did the dog. And she said, I need those waters that were in Ty's car. It's really important. And then she forgot the waters because the dog was like running all over the place. And then me and Ty went back up into his place. Okay, because we were there earlier when we dropped off the car. And we were also there when, we were there earlier when we dropped off the car, but that's also where we switched into our swimsuits. Okay? And so we were at his house, his girlfriend's house, and we was playing with the little kitty, bro. This is literally a kitten. I asked him how old he was, and he said it was like 6 months old. This kitten is this tall. It doesn't know how to walk. It doesn't know what life is, okay? And his older brother, Caitlin's cat, is out here sniffing the bunghole of this cat like 3 times a minute. I don't know why. I don't get it. But we went there. Ty gave me a phone charger to charge my phone in the car. What else do we do? He dropped off his box that he was doing at his apartment. He gave me a lime Capri Sun. It was good. And I asked, can we go to McDonald's and get me a chicken sandwich? Because he works at McDonald's. And so I copped me a free chicken sandwich at McDonald's, bro. I got it for free. I got it for friggity fresh and free. It was awesome. And when we were leaving the house, Ty was like the kitten started coming down the stairs. And he was like, did you forget the charger? And I was like, oh yeah. And I ran back up the stairs. I was like, hi kitty. I grabbed the charger and then I came back down. And then Ty was like, the kitten's coming down the stairs. Stop, I'm freaking out. And I'm like, he's got to be upstairs. And I'm like, why? You're just going to close the door and then he's going to come back down the stairs. And then Ty walks in. He puts the kitten at the top of the stairs. He says, stay. And then it doesn't stay. He comes back down and the kitten comes all the way down. He closes the door and the kitten's like, meow, 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 meow. Sorry, I didn't mean to trigger you. And then he's like, all right, I guess there's only one thing to do. I'm gonna take the kitten with us to McDonald's. And so he did. He grabbed the kitten, put it in the thing, and we went. And I thought his girlfriend was gonna be mad at us for bringing the cat, but she didn't care. She was actually excited. And then everybody like saw the cat, and there was a cat in the McDonald's, like all up on the desks and on the floor. I mean, obviously they washed it afterwards, but did she sneak the kitten in a Filet-O-Fish? No. She gave me my spicy chicken sandwich. Also, they were closing. They were like I showed up and there was someone in the drive-thru, and then she was like, "We've only got 7 minutes left," or something like that. So they were definitely closing, but I got my chicken sandwich. We showed off the cat. I said hi and bye to Ty's girlfriend. Well, I already seen her earlier that day, but then he dropped me off at my place. And he said, leave a little bit of chicken, because that cat, bro, that cat was trying to get into my mouth as I was eating my chicken sandwich. It was trying to worm its way into my stomach to get a bite of that chicken sandwich, bro. And at first, I was joking at the McDonald's. I was like, hey, you want some of this chicken sandwich? Hey, you want some of the sandwich? And then later on, the cat really wanted a sandwich in the car. And then Ty said, you should give me 2 bites of the sandwich. Like, I gave him tiny little chicken. He said, you should give me some of that so that the cat is easier to drive with. Because he had to drive like 20 minutes back by himself and with the cat. And the cat is like, the cat likes to crawl up on your shoulder and run around and explore. And that's hard to do while you're driving. But I saved him some chicken. He dropped me off. I said, see you next week, bro. And we running it back next week, bro. Nah, I'm kidding. We're not. But he is coming over for a crazy stream. Only Yogurt Boys knows what's going on in that stream. It's gonna be wild. But yeah. Bro, I walked through the door. I took a shower. And then I immediately slept for 16 hours. I was thoroughly convinced, bro. I was thoroughly convinced hanging out with Ty would fix my sleep schedule. I went to sleep at 1 a.m. and I woke up at 12, or not 12. I woke up at 5. Like, actually insane. Actually insane. The first time I woke up, I want to say it was 12, and I was like, dang. The first time I'm waking up, it's already been 11 hours, and then I woke up again, it was like 3, and then I woke up again at 5, and I'm like, bro, I could probably go for 18 hours. And it was weird because my shoulder was hurting because of the sunburn. But, like, I was just more tired. But I'm not going to say I don't get it, because I was off of 23 hours of no sleep, and the last time I slept, it was only for 4 hours, so it makes sense. But that was a wild, bro. That was a wild day. Definitely the most extreme day I've had in a minute. And I had fun the whole way through, except for on the car ride when they was flaming Blackpink and Lisa. It was awesome. Now my throat hurts because I've been talking for an hour and 45 minutes nonstop. Being in the sun makes you extra tired? Bro, no wonder. I was in the sun. I was in the sun for 6 hours. I was swimming and playing baseball for 6 hours, and I hadn't slept in 23 hours. My prediction was right. I said I was going to sleep 14 hours. I did, bro. But anyway, that's what happened with my day. Yo, rate it 1 out of 10. For you guys, rate it 1 out of 10. Would you enjoy that kind of day? Because I did. It was awesome. Now what do I watch? I did not realize. I knew I had a lot to talk about. I didn't realize it was gonna be 1 hour and freaking 45 minutes worth. 9 out of 10 minimum. That's what I would have said too. The only reason I give it a 9 and not a 10 is because we were blasting Blackpink songs, and they said throw on some bangers as if they weren't already on. That made me mad. In May 2018, Taylor Swift gave them the only interview she did during the entire what? During the entire what?
Taylor.
Entire
Hi.
Reputation era.
How are you? Okay. Worked out what the Welsh is for shake it off. So it's Shigol Bant.
Shigol Bant.
Shigol Bant. Shigol.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful,
Sugar
right?
Band.
I should have done
Sugar
that.
Band.
Do you know that this- You are live on BBC One on a Sunday night. This is a huge moment because they've had to take the Antiques Roadshow off the schedule for you tonight.
Oh no.
You know the Antiques Roadshow?
I'm not worth it. I'm so sorry.
You should
That's
have brought an
so
old
crazy.
clock or a vase. They could have valued it or something.
So many old clocks I could have brought. You need to tell me Welsh in advance, and you need to tell me these things. I'll come prepared next time.
When you do a show like this, do you learn as you go through, and does it change as you go through? So have you done something today that you might then change, the next leg?
Definitely. Yeah, we pretty much like had no time to rehearse for this. We just were like, okay, let's put together a set list that seems like it might work. And so we didn't have rehearsal for this. So this was kind of like on the fly, like just sort of
This
like
is cool, bro.
I don't know what you can. I mean, that's fun. That's the nature of live. But when we're doing the stadium show, like
Wait,
the
what?
stage is like it's like our home.
You're
it's like this
trolling.
huge- it's like a battleship. It's the biggest stage I've ever gotten to play on, and it's just so fun. There's like fireworks and all these costume changes, and we got to really plan the show for like over a year before we got to put it on. So it was really fun.
It's been absolutely amazing having you in Swansea. We will see you very soon. It's nice to see you. I think you need to have a shower now.
I agree, and I'm not offended that you said that. There's a lot going on.
I've seen that
and none of
before.
it's
I've
good.
seen that clip before.
We'll see you soon. Thank you. Nice to see you.
That's cool. Hey, being able to be the only interview that she does during her entire tour, and that was 2018. That wasn't Era's tour. I don't know how big that tour was, but that's pretty crazy. Bro, did she actually leave? That's crazy. Wait, I'm only seeing 5 other people other than Orgy, Emily, and me. That's Zeph, Waxy, Undead, Yogurt, and Cozy. What did she do, bro? Me and Sleepy were on good terms. Also, I didn't know when Jasper left, but I wasn't. I guess I'm not surprised that he did. But that's crazy, bro. I'm losing all of my fans. Guys, what do you think of the thumbnail? Is this a good thumbnail? I like this thumbnail. I like it a lot, bro. I'm sure there's a way I could up it, make it a little better. I don't know why I named it Solo Death Sucking Auger, but hey, shouts out to the thumbnail, bro. I really like it. But what do I watch, bro? I've already been at it for so long. I don't like it as much. Well, here's the thing. I think you just don't like it because it's Elden Ring. Like, what am I supposed to show off other than, like, let me get in depth. This one's cool because it's got me, it's got, well, it's just me and Styx and Earth. But this one, I have to show off, like, then I don't know. Hey, you think the other ones are good, then I don't know. You're right, Orgy, it's not. I would say the only thing that's different is, first of all, the quality on this one is actually better. Like, the quality's better, but, like, maybe my face isn't. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, but it's fine. You don't need to think it that it's. I'm not gonna defend it. Be like it's actually the greatest thumbnail. It's just a thumbnail, bro. But yeah, I think I just like the good quality, not as eye catching. I get that. I feel like it's just not an eye catching boss. Maybe I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Yesterday, I tried to edit the 20. Cause here, okay, I said this when literally nobody was in chat at the beginning of stream. But yesterday was the 6-month anniversary of the 24-hour stream. It was the 6-month anniversary of the 24-hour stream, and I barely noticed it. The only reason I did notice it was because I uploaded that video of the auger. I uploaded that one, and I was in the folder, and I was like, wait a second, 24-hour stream, 6-month anniversary? That's crazy. I only had 1 day to edit it. Luckily, I was up at 2 a.m., but I started at like 7 or 8 a.m., and I could only go till 1 p.m. until Ty picked me up. So, I don't know, maybe I'll still upload the video. Maybe I'll work on it a little bit after stream or tomorrow or something. But it's also insane because it's a 24-hour long stream, bro. It's 24 hours basically of me editing. Like, yeah, I could do it faster than 24 hours. It only took like 4 hours to get 6 hours, you know, but still. She built like a pillow. Yeah. I do like laying my head on her fat stomach when she's laying down like that, but I feel like it hurts her body. So I try not to. But it's funny, bro. It's fun. Yeah. Hey, anybody got any videos they want me to watch? Right now, all I got is this bald man ever from Daily Dose. I got 2 Daily Dose videos. We can watch those.
These are the best.
Best pet videos of the decade. We're gonna be here for a minute, bro. I don't know. I feel like the stream by itself was amazing. Just the talking. Well, obviously, if I cut off stream now, when I'm at peak viewership, that would suck. So let's get the ball rolling. It's crazy the way the clouds are painted a perfect shade of
Pet
yellow.
videos from the past 10 years.
All around the sky. That would hurt so bad, bro. That was also, I didn't even realize that. Yesterday, the cat was climbing, because the kitten, doesn't have any, it hasn't been declawed or nail clipped or anything like that. So it was like climbing all up on my body. I didn't even realize I'm sunburnt right here. That cat definitely dug its claws into my shoulder. But for some reason I didn't notice, which I mean is fine. But how's that even possible, bro?
This little guy let his intrusive thoughts win.
What is that? I thought bro just water juiced in the car.
No!
Oh,
No. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. No.
Ew.
Ready, boy?
Bro, my body and face hurt so much.
This dog was blown away by this magic trick.
Like, it's just constant sunburn pain. But at least I look good.
Get back in here now.
That's tough. Bro, I've genuinely never been sunburned before. Who in chat has been sunburned before? I feel like Orgy's definitely been sunburned. I feel like nobody else has though. Also, I had a weird moment yesterday. I tried to avoid it. It sucks. Apparently, yeah. Yesterday, I was sitting with Ty. Ty's a little black, right? His brother is more black, his littlest brother. And then his brother's friend, not his littlest brother, but his little brother. Can you sunburn if brown? Exactly, bro. That's what I was asking. That's what I'm talking about right now. Ty's black. His little brother's black. Their friend was like black. Not half black like they are. Okay, now I'm getting in the cancelable spot. But anyway, I was asking them, they were like, you've never been sunburned? And I'm like, have you guys been sunburned? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, wait. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna be so honest right now. I thought black people couldn't get sunburned. That's what I said. I said it to a bunch of black people. And apparently, I was mistaken. And apparently, also, I was very mistaken because Ty told me he was sunburnt, bro. Yesterday, Ty got sunburnt also. He showed me his back. His back is fully sunburnt, bro. But more embarrassingly, he's got mad fat rolls. I don't wanna show him off like that. But did you slap it? I didn't know. I told him I was like, I'm scared to take a shower because it's gonna sting. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, just ask your grandma for some. I don't know if he said like aloe vera or something, but he said ask your grandma for some of that, and then the shower doesn't sting at all. And then I was in the shower, and it didn't sting, but when I touched my body, it stung. But then Ty comes back and he texts me right before I'm about to sleep, and he says, I was wrong, it stings. I was like, wait, you got burnt? And then he showed me a picture, his whole back was burnt. So, yeah. I don't have any aloe vera though. I don't know what that is. Isn't that the plant that you peel apart and you scrape it and they have like TikToks of it? That's aloe, bro. And my grandma told me to use some of my facial cleanser. And I'm like, I mean, that's for your face. And also I used it last night on my face. It didn't do anything, but I'll give it a go again. See-through plant flesh. Wait, it has see-through plant flesh? I thought it had see-through plant insides. I thought the outside was green, and then you peel it and the inside is clear. Then I don't know what aloe vera is. Oh, get it. Get it. Oh. Okay, yeah. Then I do know what it is. But I've never had it before.
She gave him a knife to see if he would be gentle with it.
Gentle.
This dog got caught eating his cat.
Bunnies are cute, bro. I love Toki. Is that a cellular? Oh no, it's just a croc. Buddy. Bro, that cat would. If that cat did that, while the owner wasn't home, it would die. Lack of oxygen, bro. That cat was cooked. Ow.
This cat only knows how to take giant bites.
I guess. Yo, that is cute. It's crazy to drop your own. It's crazy to drop your own cheese and then eat somebody else's.
It's new. Come on, man. No.
Bro, I saw a streak.
This
In the
frog
original of that
absolutely
video,
hates it
there
when
was
he
a
has to take his
streak
medicine.
afterward.
Lime really hates this stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. Come on, you gotta get it.
Bro's gonna scream, isn't he?
Oh, stop.
Here comes the tornado! Dude, it's over everywhere.
There's no way this ends well. Oh, it did. I'm shocked. I thought it was gonna be like that one video of the puppy who just gets all the food everywhere. Wow.
This cat was
Uncanny.
absolutely flabbergasted at how good this cleaning tool is.
Yeah, the Hoover takes out some hair.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Real
cleaning
Milo.
tool,
Can you show me your
bro.
booty?
Pretty good cleaning tool.
Tá vivo, sem vergonha? E pá! Morreu de
Birds are cool,
novo,
bro.
tadinho. Vamos ver se ele tá vivo.
Bro, Ty's house really has turned into an animal sanctuary, though. Because they've got dog, they've got turtle, they've got chameleon, they've got, well, they don't have a chameleon, but they got skinks, they got birds, and they got a new kitten. But then Ty took the kitten. But still, it's a lot of animals. I guess not a sanctuary, I don't know. I don't know what a sanctuary is.
Bear.
What
the
Hi.
Yo, why did it look like that, bro?
I'm
That
gonna
was
be
that was
home
diabolical.
soon, okay?
How did it look like that?
Shit. Hey, good boy. Oh, Michael! Here he goes.
That's kind of cool though. You could run with a broken arm.
You cannot keep interrupting.
Bro, I saw a fire video of a kid falling down the stairs. You want to see the kid falling down the stairs that I saw? It was a fire video. How many videos did I like today, bro? I got a problem. I think I got a problem. No, it was definitely after this one, bro. Oh, here it is.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for
He
a
fell
family
down
of
so
four.
many stairs, bro.
Now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200.
I knew Ty would like that video, and I saw it when he was like 2 feet next to me, and I said, Ty, and he didn't respond, so I was like, alright, fine. And I showed him after that, and he laughed. The only video I liked today was a dog running with a selfie stick. He was a very good boy, though. I mean, hey, if you could get dog to do the camera labor for you, that's broken.
This bird thinks they're a cat.
That's wild, bro. That's actually wild.
He be feeding me pasta and lobster. He just hit me up on Tuesday, like, what you doing, babe? Let me take you shopping. I told him, well, I'm a little busy. He said, damn, I'm in your city. But anyway, it's okay, hope you have a good day. I'ma see you by day 50. Then I told him, you treat me so well. He said, cash out Pazelle. Matter of fact, scratch that.
That is a good video, bro.
Just cause you fine as hell. And I told him, well, thank you, baby. Anything for my favorite lady. Well, I gotta go. They just let me know that I could pick up my Mercedes.
That is a good video. For sure.
Đấy, mỗi gì không? Mỗi xí mấy này không? Hả?
Oh my god!
This hamster had an existential crisis.
Dang, bro.
¿Pollito?
You're really out here
¿Te vas a
realizing.
comer la lechuga? ¿Lechuga? ¿Lechuga?
He was out there realizing that his owner actually made him like dance for food or something.
All I'm saying is don't give me attitude.
That's crazy, bro. It's crazy because he gave him attitude.
I want a donut. I want a donut. What's up? Excuse me. Excuse me. Thanks.
Ew. That donut was cooked, bro.
This rat mom decided that it was bedtime for her babies.
Eet je dit weer? Oh.
Bailey, you want a treat?
What? What's wrong with a pickle? I would crush some pickle right now. I'm definitely gonna have pickles after this, bro.
I have never seen someone get so jealous.
Just join the fray, bro. Dang, why am I already yawning? It's cause 16 hours isn't enough. Stop, bro! Stop! What was the point of that?
He totally forgot how to jump on the couch.
You move into a new apartment and your cat is just feeling out the space.
It's
okay, right? I'm gonna get you out of here.
Bro. Yo.
Poor guy had all
I
his
would
thoughts sucked
die.
out of his head.
I would die. The jealous one. I would die if a dog, or if Ty did that to me or something. If he was on a wheel. Bro, I never realized how soft birds were until I went to Ty's house.
This guy trained his cat to turn on the Xbox.
Big man, I need the Xbox on, please.
Like, I think.
Thank you.
I think.
Here you go, Rocky. I know how much you like wieners.
I think birds are the softest animal. At least in my opinion. Like, obviously fur is soft. But it's also got like a
These
hard,
guinea pigs are smart enough to figure out how to close the cage.
Back up. Back up. Back up. They don't like a dog. Say water god.
All you have to do is hi. Want to say hi?
Yeah.
That hurts so bad, bro. Like a cat biting your face is a cat biting your body hurts, but like your face.
Excuse me. No.
This dog gets really excited whenever it hears someone say
Honestly,
popcorn.
that's the thing though. That's the thing that I got beef with. Why is it that who's cutting the pizza, bro?
So freaking. Excuse me.
If a dog can grab the pizza and yank the entire pizza, if Beetlejuice can say, yeah, let me grab a slice and then grab the pizza and grab the entire pizza, who's cutting the pizza, bro? Why are there cuts in the pizza when you can when you can just grab the pizza by a single slice and take every other slice with you? It's so dumb. It makes me so mad, bro. Why are you even trying to cut my pizza when I have to cut it myself? And why am I like when I take the pizza and I grab a slice and the first half is cut and then I like try to grab the other half and it rips apart or something? Bro, shut up. Bro, cut your pizzas better, bro. It takes 2 seconds to cut a pizza.
This dog gets really excited whenever it hears someone say popcorn.
They just fake cut.
Popcorn. Did you discuss any of this with Rita?
Bro, definition. Actually, the definition of a teabag. Bro. The cat's head was here. The tail was here. The balls were here. That was crazy.
What's that? Oh my god. What is it? What is it?
He's so excited to have broken
excuse me,
spaghetti.
sir. Can you help me with my taxes?
This cat is absolutely disgusted with his baby.
Absolutely disgusting. Bro, yesterday at the lake, I found one of those magnetic ball things that, like, they're actually really cool. I stepped on it by accident. I was like, what the, why am I stepping on a squishy thing? I grabbed it with my foot. It was purple. It was like magnetic. You clip them together and it cups the water. Then you take it out of the water and throw it at somebody. I grabbed it. I threw it at Ty's littlest brother's head. And then he was like, that's not even funny, bro. You're so... I know, I don't care. But it's like it comes in half. And then you put it underwater. And then you bring it together. And all the water stays in it. And it's clipped. And then... I threw it at Ty's littlest brother's head. He's like, that's not even funny, bro. It was funny to me. It was cool. But, because it's like a water balloon. All I did was throw a water balloon at his head. But anyway, then it, like, hit off his head. And then, like, obviously it was, like, floating there or whatever. And then, I'm pretty sure somebody else grabbed it. I'm pretty sure Ty's other brother grabbed it. And then, like, threw it to shore or something, but they lost it after that, and they were all like, dang, that's the coolest thing, and it's so expensive, because like one is $5 or something, or $20 for 4 or something like that. And I was like confused, because I was like just get some then, you know what I mean? Like, it was cool that I found it. I don't know how they lost it, but I wasn't the one that lost it. And it wasn't my fault. I'm the one who found it in the first place. So you're going to get mad at me for finding it and then losing it, or you're just never going to lose it. But I wasn't even the one that lost it. I found it and I utilized it. Weird ass water balloon. But it works. It works very well. It works better than actual water balloons because they actually break open instead of like ricocheting off and then popping on the grass. Ooh. Bro, yesterday we were playing volleyball and Ty told me to spike the ball. I threw it up and I spiked it and it bounced off of his neighbor's car window, and I was like, ooh, that could be cracked, bro. Luckily it wasn't cracked, but can you imagine? I tried to spike it straight, and I hit it with the side of my hand. It went directly over and smacked in the middle of their window. And I'm hoping today they're driving and it just shatters, and then I don't have to pay for it because they don't know that I did it. It just, like, it was fine until you got on the freeway, you know what I mean? That'd be really funny.
No! Should I get a dog? Should I get a dog? Should I get a dog?
Excuse me? Oh, you're so dramatic, bro. Oh.
This poor little guy doesn't know how wheels work.
So dramatic. Pick them off individually? That's not what I was talking about. I'm not talking about the bunch of balloons? Oh, that is. Okay. Orgy, you're looking at these ones, right? These are not the ones I'm talking about. I'm looking at but never seen those yet. Yeah, I'm looking at these ones. These are the ones. This is the purple one that I found. This is the one that I'm talking about. But as far as the other ones go, yeah, you can break those off individually. Yeah. It'd be dumb if you can't. I think the whole point is you fill them up and then you just shake them and they all fall off. I don't get why cats hiss at their owners. I said I don't get why cats hiss at their owners. She barely even looked at me.
Birdie, look at her. Oh my god, she got him. Stop.
You're gonna get bitten, bro.
This person owns an overly aggressive romantic cat.
I don't like that style of piercing. I don't like the lip one. Like me personally, I don't like it. But also, I like one of these, but having two of them, wait. Two of them might not be bad. I wouldn't care if somebody had two of them. But I think one of them is better.
Stop.
Yo, you got a weird cat, bro. That cat is looking for something. Sexual. Camouflage.
Come on, mate. Nice and soft. Oh no!
What are they playing porn in the background? Dude, that's the thing I don't like about dogs. Why are they always trying to lick directly in your mouth? Like, you can lick my hand, don't lick my tongue, bro.
I love you.
That hurts so bad, by the way.
I love you so much.
Parrots can literally, like, rip your flesh off with a single bite.
I just realized that my dog is 9 years old and I never told him my name.
My name is Jen.
He somehow got brain freeze via
That's
Bluetooth.
so stupid. I don't like that. No, that cat had brain freeze. The other cat was just like freaking out.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Oh no!
This man lost his dog over 3 years
That's
ago,
so
but recently got a tip that his dog was spotted on the street. He took a bus over to the last known location and found his dog.
Georgie! Georgie!
Bro, what? That tail is wagging. That dog's so happy, bro. I don't believe this. This fake. It's
He
fake.
was upset that they weren't paying attention to him.
Why you gotta show me a video that actually makes me happy and then immediately go into a video that makes me mad?
You kinda did.
Oh, that looks
bit
good.
there. Oh, okay.
That pizza looks good, bro.
This rabbit likes to give out change to customers.
And here's 14, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 10 makes 14.
Okay, yeah.
This is probably the greatest video you'll see today.
No. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. I don't think it's that good. Bro, when a cat's using its hands?
Their cat always waits for them to get on the bus.
They don't even say bye to the cat.
Good boy.
Nah, that's too cute. That's too cute, bro. I can't lie. That's too cute.
This dog is being trained to run over to her owner and then sit right down, but she wanted to add a little something extra.
This dog has been trained to run over to its owner and then pee directly into her mouth. Kai Cenat?
He didn't want to share his
You
food
got
with
Kai
his brother.
Cenat on Netflix?
Let her eat.
Okay. Cool video. I don't think it's the best pet videos of the decade.
This
That
dog was
that
mad that she
good.
couldn't reach the toy.
Bro, she can't reach it, bro. Has
Oh
Daily
my
Dose
God.
been going for 10 years already? Probably.
This dog has a condition where every time it gets excited, it faints for about a second. The owners checked in with various doctors to see if it was something serious like a seizure, but turns out it's completely harmless. The owners state that their dog is very happy and doesn't seem to be bothered
Bro.
too much by this neurological condition.
Getting excited 3 times in a row, like, that's funny. I like that. That was cute, bro. Dude, I'm hungry. I had cereal today, but I'm still hungry. The way the clouds are plated, a different shade of yellow all around the sky. I can't tell if it's sucking on the
They
whole
taught their
finger
birds how
or
to
if
play
the person's
basketball.
finger's like this.
This cat wanted to copy this trick.
That was cute. I thought it was gonna go fast.
This cat's tongue seems to always get stuck on things.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just stop licking stuff, bro. Oh, you got this. You got this. One more step. Come on. Oh.
This cat refused to leave from the freezer.
Bro, cats are actually strong.
If you enjoyed this video, I just made a new YouTube channel that is 100% dedicated to funny pet videos. So if that sounds fun to you, then go check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Later.
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, maybe it'd be fun to, I'm good.
Baby, rules matter.
I don't think I would watch, I don't think I would watch Daily Dose if it weren't for stream. That's the only reason I watch Daily Dose. 7 years. 7 years ago, Orgina. I want to know more about Gay Pants. True, we haven't watched the Gay Pants one.
Hello everyone, this is
I
your
started
Daily
and
Dose of
then I
Internet.
couldn't.
Today's episode of Whose Head is Shinier?
Ooh, I wonder how reflective.
Oh my god!
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing I don't understand. That video's like 10 months old, at least. And Daily Dose, like, how is he just now putting it in? Either he's reusing clips, or he's just not tapped in. Or he's just got an excess of videos, and he refuses to put them together and say, this dude is a little bit gay. You know what I mean?
I have never seen a goat get so scared of falling off a 2-inch cliff.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh!
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, which train goes
That's
to Tottenville?
crazy, bro.
You would have had to get on this one.
Ah.
Off at Jefferson.
All right. I'll get the next one. Thank you.
During a super serious...
To Tottenville.
You would have had to get on this one. Off at Jefferson.
All right. I'll get the next one. Thank you.
During a super serious moment during this play, the sound...
Didn't we watch this? I did not watch this on... I know we watched this, but I did not watch this on TikTok.
Sound effects
I watched
guy
this
hit the wrong
somewhere
button.
else. Maybe I did watch it on TikTok.
It's plastic. Plastic. From China. Very good. Thanks for destroying our ocean.
Yo! So worth it. Hey, I'll destroy the ocean every time if I can watch that. I'm kidding. But I know we watched that, but I'm thinking now I'm thinking we did watch that on TikTok because the caption was like, this dude farted. And then Daily Dose was like, this dude used sound effects. That's crazy, bro. In the 2.5 hours that I started streaming, my upstairs neighbor decided to mow our lawn, and then my next door neighbor decided to also mow theirs. And then earlier someone was mowing their lawn. I thought it was the next door neighbor. Maybe it was her out front or something, but that's crazy. Look, you had all day, bro. I feel like that was pretty often with Daily Dose videos lately. I've seen a lot of it before. It was always fresh. For me, they're all fresh, except just not that one. That one wasn't fresh.
I think they might need a new t-shirt cannon.
Yo! Someone could have almost caught that, maybe.
1, 2, 3, go!
Why did bro think he could win the race?
I feel like there's no safe way to use virtual reality headsets.
Why was that not in the last video, bro? That was better than 90% of those ones.
Good?
The whole hand is crazy, bro.
So this was probably worst case scenario.
Nah, I'm sure it could have been worse if these ones also broke.
Probably worst case scenario.
I want to know what happened, bro. Ooh. Why are these things ceramic? Why isn't this like plastic or something? That's tough. That's tough, bro. Everything here is ceramic. Do you have to move your legs in VR? No. The whole reason VR works is because you don't move your legs. You're supposed to use your hands to move around. Because, like, if you move your legs, then you have to be in just an open field. You know what I mean?
Vai, acelera! Vai!
This bride and groom did rock, paper, scissors to decide who would get to keep their last name.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bummer. Bro, imagine how tough that would be if his name was like Antonion Ben Kundanskeralanian. You know what I mean? And then her name is Smith. That would suck. That would suck so much.
This train broke down in the hot sun, but this delivery guy stopped by to save the day and give water to everyone.
Ready, set, go!
Dude. Insane! Insane.
It's pretty crazy that this was caught on camera.
Lag? Lag? It shouldn't be lagging. The guy diving. Oh. Bro, you have me worried out here for a
accidentally bumped into the one thing that was holding everything up.
No, he wasn't.
He accidentally bumped into the one thing that was holding everything up.
Who? He wasn't. This isn't holding anything. This is a platform with a stand in it. Yo. My tan line is not like that. It's not like that.
This was a super lucky but also really good recovery.
Never walking under those again. What do you mean held up by one screw? I've walked under those like
he suddenly
one time.
remembered that he was a baby.
I've only been in New York once. He removed one screw from the roof and the whole thing collapsed. That's maybe.
This poor pigeon was...
I don't know if that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Because Daily Dose, the narrator, said he leaned on the wrong thing. And me, I'm saying no, he didn't. So I don't know what actually happened. But, yeah. Either way, I don't think they're safe.
Overinflated.
Nigel, come out. How did you even fit in there, baby?
Oh.
Your puff should not have allowed you to do that.
Your puff? Why is he so puffed? Why the heck is that bird so puffed?
We're not going. Go back. Back up.
They invited the UPS guy to join them on the slip and slide, and he said yes.
Dang. Don't fall, bro.
One of my subscribers asked me to share this video of them.
That's crazy. That's crazy that the
This is a type of cold that I hope I never get to experience. These flies totally took over his gas station in Michigan.
I forgot what I was gonna say is crazy. Oh, it's crazy that the only thing that the father decided to grab was the head. Like, that's smart. But also, like, what if he snapped his kid's neck? The song by TikTok by Kesha didn't age well. I heard it for the first time in a while yesterday.
The school in the Philippines took no chances when it
You
came
don't
to cheating on his
say.
test.
Maybe that's why all of her songs have a pink circle on them.
They had to shut down the ski resort
Almost.
because the winds were so dangerous.
See, I would be terrified if I was in that.
They tried
If
to fit
I
this
was
giant
in that,
beanbag into their car.
then I would never ski again if I saw that. What is that, bro?
This is called
What
a
even is
tumbler
that?
pigeon, and it's known for doing cool
Having that
tricks.
as the opening lyric is unfortunate. It's tough.
I have never seen a helicopter dogtail before.
But I mean, it's still a good song. It's not like anybody cares. I'm not sure that many people are gonna not listen to a Kesha song because it
This little
has
guy
Diddy
needs
in
all
it.
the moisture.
Is that good?
Is that good?
This taxi driver is super lucky he didn't get hurt.
Bro, I'm in so much pain.
He really thought he was gonna get
Nice.
away with it. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed.
Wow.
And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Wow. Honestly, I can't watch a 28-minute video. I do like that her video's gotten longer though. But I think we gotta go back in time. We gotta watch a Nazi furries video, and then I gotta end stream. I know it was a short stream, but listen, bro, my body hurts. I'm still hungry. I'm still tired, even though I slept 16 hours, unfortunately. And ow. Yeah, I don't know. But there's nothing wrong with a short stream, you know what I mean? Do a short little stream and then everybody can get back to their day. Make sure you drink a lot of water to rehydrate. That's a good point. You wanna know how much water I drank yesterday? None. Absolutely not a lick. Oh wait, that's not true. I did have a cup. I had a red Solo cup filled with water. So I did drink one.
A Chicago labor union posted fat furry porn to its official Facebook page.
Is Yogurt Boys locked in right now? Is she paying attention? Because I know if I start watching this video, she's going to be mad that she wasn't there to watch. Are you locked in, Yogurt Boys? Are you watching? Are you here? Yogurt Boys? Yeah, Yogurt Boys. She probably not here. Oh. I'm doing some paying attention. That's all I need, bro. Just want to make sure you're not paying attention when I'm here. Dang, Jisoo. Good photos all the way around. Obviously. I don't know why I opened up Instagram, but I'm glad I did. I wish I had freckles. I know most people that I see with freckles don't actually have freckles. Like, I know a lot of girls be adding freckles onto their face because they're cute, but I wish I had a little bit of freckles. Not like all the way riddled up and down my body, but just a little bit.
Igniting a Nazi communist furry war. In January of 2020, this Facebook page inexplicably posted furry fan art in support of workers' rights. But this was no ordinary colorful fan art, because this was furry porn. And in no time at all, this post would go absolutely viral, forcing the labor union to answer a very uncomfortable question. Did they know? The answer is gonna floor you. But before we can get there, because of the huge overlap of communists and furries within this community, this was not your ordinary furry porn. This was made for a higher cause. Because this furry porn was made to fight the Nazis.
Whoa!
Today's art history lesson,
That
fat
donk
furry
was
fetish art and the battle
crazy
against
loud.
fascism. On January 27th, 2020, the Greater
I
Chicago...
realized, here's the thing, I'm like, how does this girl, like the world of, like, she's got a specific niche, you know what I'm saying? She's specifically, like bad art, you know what I mean? Like, specifically fetish art stuff. That's her thing, right? I'm like, how, she's got to run out at some point. She won't. She actually won't. There is art out there of every single thing. Bro, Rule 34. There is art out there of every single thing you can imagine. So, she's good. Bro, she's got her career set.
Industrial Workers of the World Facebook page posted this furry art with the caption, "The best cure for a case of the Mondays is one big union." It depicts a morbidly obese skunk with the IWW logo crushing a stereotypically rich fox-type creature underneath its massive fupa. While it may not be obvious to you, this is furry porn, and it's called fat fur to be specific. According to Wikifur, fat fur is a subcategory of feederism fetish art, which focuses on weight gain and helplessness and just generally being fat. Not to be confused with inflation, which is strictly about becoming huge, but not fat, due to being filled with air. Very important distinction. And
Okay.
you'd be forgiven for conflating the
My
two
bad.
because these are some
Yeah.
of the most popular genres of
I
furry
have
fetish
confused
art
the two
since the
a
beginning of
bunch.
time. From DeviantArt to Fur Affinity to Twitter, this fetish subset is absolutely everywhere. And it's no
See, here's the
surprise
thing.
that in a political
Inflation, she just said it. Inflation is making someone big and round by inflating them. Never heard of fat fur before? Hey, get used to it, bro. If you're watching Twice, you're gonna hear about it. I'm kidding. What was I about to say? The inflating is getting someone to inflate. I think the only way to tell is if somebody has fat rolls. Like if they're going blomp, blomp, blomp instead of just blomp. That's the only way you could tell.
political community disproportionately filled with furries, this would eventually breach containment. And that
But
brings
also,
us to this post.
It's crazy. Is this Labubu? She's got Labubu? This was like 2 years ago. She already had Labubu. It's crazy that, like, it's crazy that people want to see characters big. You know what I mean? But then you got the people that are like, no, I don't want to see characters who are fat. I want to see characters who were originally skinny and then inflated. Versus, no, I don't want to see characters that were ever skinny. I want this character to be fat. You know what I mean? That's so weird, bro. Like, what's the difference between big or big? Like, the context, having it have to have context is wild.
Because this fat fur fetish art was...
General, that's the last time I enlisted to be a spy. You told me to infiltrate those disgusting Americans, and they fattened me up with their disgusting but surprisingly tasty food. Well, they didn't fatten me up. I fattened myself up. They had to put some sort of appetite-enhancing drug in it, because a communist like me can't be so gluttonous, I think. Jay, who commissioned the art, was requested to use a pseudonym for this article. Said it was a response to far-right policies. They observed... I don't know what any of that means.
commissioned to clap back against the rise of alt-right furries within the community, and we'll get into exactly how that is. But first, a quick timeline. January 27th, the Facebook post. January 28th, Twitter user Space Drugs takes a screenshot and posts it with the question, is someone going to tell them? Also January 28th, the Daily Dot publishes an article suggesting that the International Workers of the World official Facebook unknowingly posted furry art. And the IWW's response was absolutely goated. The IWW tweeted back, and I quote, unknowingly, winky face. This sent the furry community into an absolute
That's really
tailspin.
funny. Here's the thing, whoever's running it, they got different subsects, right? They got the people running it that probably don't know, and then they got the one person that they decided to make their social media manager that does know. That's crazy.
This was not oblivious boomer posting. This was malicious. Someone did this on purpose. Someone at the International Workers of the World knew what furries were, knew this was fetish art, knew people could tell, and hit send post. But who would possibly do this?
Dirty Benadryl.
We'll get there in a minute. Meanwhile, the community had erupted into furry on furry violence. On the one hand,
Furry
you had people
on
saying that this was funny,
furry.
this was based, and it was good representation for their community. On the other, you had people complaining
Good
that it made it
reputation
impossible for
for the
anyone to take
community.
furries seriously, and that it exposed a non-consenting audience to fish art, which was a legitimate complaint. And
That's true,
also
that's fair.
that it potentially reinforced the beliefs
I'm
of
so
Nazi
red, bro.
furries. But let's
I'm
be
so
real for
tan
a
at
second.
the same time.
How serious was the Nazi furry problem? It actually was. Furries are a massively diverse group of people with dissenting opinions in politics, and where you have a hyper-accepting group, you often get snakes in the grass. Nazi furries do exist as an extreme minority, but some of the best-known furry convention scandals of the last 10 years have been tied back to Nazi furry trolling. However, one thing almost any furry
That's
can
an
agree on is
insane
their love of
sentence.
furry art. So what better way?
Did y'all just hear what she just said? Some of the most I don't remember what she said, but some of the blah 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 can be tied back to Nazi furry trolling. Something in the furry community can be tied back to the Nazi furry troll. That's crazy. Y'all Nazi types ain't welcome around here.
Way to clap back at the furry Nazi chuds than in a language they understand. Remember, you can start out irony poisoned, but sooner or later that cognitive dissonance will kick in, and you'll find yourself Sieg-heiling in a hot, sweaty fursuit outside a DMV.
That's
so the furry community
crazy.
had cause for concern. This was potentially a PR nightmare. Normal people simply did not understand this stuff, and the International Workers of the World Twitter was no small account. It was followed by Bernie Sanders.
Am I cancelable if I'm friends with Ty, who's friends with some white guy who said the N-word on purpose at 20 years old or whatever, yesterday or something? Is that cancelable to me? Maybe. But I can't tell him I can't tell him, hey, don't be friends with these guys. You know what I mean? Did you hear it? Yeah. I'm not friends with the person who said the N-word. I'm friends with Ty, and he is in a group chat with this dude, and he sent a video of it. It was a video, bro. And no, I didn't. I probably wouldn't have. But I was like, oh, that's bad. But it was a video.
And dozens of furries in the replies voiced their dissent, understandably worried about how the workers' rights community would look at this. But it was about to get much worse, or better, depending on your side of the aisle, because the IWW doubled down. January 29th, 2 days after the original post, the fighting was at a fever pitch, and a smaller account affiliated with the IWW made things even worse by tweeting the following. If you run a business or make a living from commissions making fursuits, you have a place in Textile and Leather Workers Industrial Union 410. And in case anyone was still unsure of the position on the furry question overall, the original Facebook poster who started it all had this to say. We believe that when workers come together as a unit, they can overpower their bosses. We originally took the meaning of the image to be in reference to this principle. While we have no official affiliation with the furry community, we appreciate that furry workers hold the same values of worker power, and welcome them in our union the same as any other worker. So
the IWW social media person must have gotten fired over this? Maybe.
Did they know?
Probably,
yes.
yeah.
Did they care? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Does this art actually fight Nazis for real? The answer
No.
is genuinely really interesting, because there's a huge missing component of the story that we're not talking about.
I guess so.
Who actually drew this? And how does it relate to bashing the fash? A tragically overlooked part of the story is that
Bashing
the
the
original
fash.
artist was never given
Wait,
any credit,
communism and
because no one has
fascism
been
aren't
able
the
to
same
track
thing,
them
are
down.
they?
But I think I have a pretty good lead. If you look closely, this illustration was signed Eileen 2019. And after searching through Fur Affinity and Twitter, I found an account belonging to one Eileen Samoyed. While I'm not 100% certain this is her,
That's
and I haven't
wild,
been able
bro.
to contact to ask, the art style and subject matter are freakishly similar, like down to even the exact same fetish. Though I haven't been able to
Exact
find this
same
particular
fetish.
commission anywhere in this artist's works. And I want to state for the record that if this isn't the actual artist, if this is the kind of art you enjoy, please show her your support.
Bro, what if the IWW, what if they commissioned it, bro? What if they commissioned it to, what if somebody knows this girl, Eileen, in real life, and they're like, yo, can you draw a fetish art picture of defeating communism or whatever, or if they were like if it goes way deeper than they thought and they actually genuinely commissioned it. That'd be crazy. They're opposite, I guess. They're not the same, but historically there have been some fashion disguised as communism. I'm pretty sure Hitler was fascist and Stalin was communist. And that's as far as I know. That's as far as I go. I don't really know anything.
Now, as for the Nazi thing, quick history lesson. In Weimar, Germany, right before World War II, there was an explosion in the subversive art scene. And as Nazis rose to power, they made an effort to distinguish between good culture and degeneracy. And you may notice this rhetoric if you're ever on alt-right Twitter. Tons of what we might understand as modern art was destroyed in degenerate art purges. It was burned, it was torn apart, and the artists were typically persecuted. So how does this relate to fat, furry fetish art? Well, whether it was the artist's intention or not, the choice to create a very uncomfortable viewing experience for an average person, combined with featuring a body type often considered unattractive, follows the subversive tradition of bucking against the wider culture. So in a really roundabout way, this artist did kind of stick it to the Nazis of old. But back to the present day. This shitpost doesn't seem to have affected the international workers of the world or any of their social media.
See, because she's talking politics. All the other things she said in all the other videos, I've been on her side. Everything she said, I've been with it. I support it. Everything that she said up until this video, I don't understand it. I don't understand this video. I've understood everything else.
Lasting way. While the offending tweet was since deleted, which was probably the right move, its impact can still be felt in the tons of tweets and Tumblr threads that it left behind, documenting this explosive phenomenon.
Not the handshake.
And as for the person who commissioned the art, we
Furry
know who that is.
porn labor unions?
Kinda. The Daily Dot article profiles the anonymous user Jay using a pseudonym, and he explains his thought process. I see far-right furries involving politics and laugh my ass off, so I thought it'd be funny to do it for politics me and my friends actually like. Most of the fandom leans fairly left-wing, and I felt like people might get a laugh out of it. I didn't really expect the image to spread as far as it did. But as quickly as fat fur fetishists are willing to spread their legs and their wallets, so too did this image spread across
We were talking
Twitter
about that not that long ago, weren't we? We were talking about because we were talking about that with the Harry Potter thing. Most of the things lean left, but I didn't know how to say it. And so him saying we're left-leaning except for her being right-leaning or whatever, that's a good way to say that.
Forgettable days.
I think.
And while this would quickly be overshadowed by the other big news event of early 2020, it was memorable nonetheless. And at the end of it all, to quote Jay, it was just really funny. This has been an art history lesson.
Oh, she didn't do a pun that time. Alright, hey, W videos, bro. W stream. I'm gonna watch TikToks for 3 minutes to catch up on make it 3 hours. But don't tell nobody. Ooh. We saw this music video. When I say we, I mean just me and Yogurt. I guess. I could also just talk for 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, like 2 songs. I know, I like this song. I heard it for the first time 2 days ago with Yogurt. I doubt she remembers, but that one's gas.
Stay still for a long period of time.
That's crazy, bro.
That was a strange. You don't want this to stay still.
That's crazy. He had his hands up. Yes, we did. I knew she wouldn't remember. He had his hands up like I'm come in peace, and she still told the dog to go tear him apart or something. That's crazy. I'm still. I don't care, cause if he had a question, he could just ask somebody else or something, and he could have been a freaky person. But I mean, I would at least hear him out. they always got very good voices. Like every K-pop idol has an insane voice. I don't know what the population of K-pop idols, I don't know what the population of people with good singing voices is. There we go. That's enough TikToks. We're there. And if I scroll again, it's gonna be some AI stuff. I finally am not tapped in on the AI freaking Yeti and Bigfoot stuff anymore. That's the thing I'm low-key worried about is, let's say I do become a trend on TikTok or something. It's only gonna be for like 3 weeks, and then something else will take over. But it might be different because it's gonna be me and not like a different version of me. What? It's not gonna be me. It's not just gonna be me. It is just gonna be me and not like 7 other people all posting the same thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, thank you for watching the stream. I hope it was enjoyable for you guys. I had fun, but I'm still in like today's just been it's just felt weird. I don't know why. It's just like either because yesterday was so high energy and I'm still not off that yet, like I'm not recovered yet, or because I slept for 16 hours. But I don't know, I just feel like I can't put my all into this stream, but I've still been putting a good amount. But still, thank you for watching. Yoga Boys and Orgy. Shouts out to Orgy for pondering. And shouts out to Zeph for showing up, and Emily. I really did it's weird when I can scroll all the way up to the stream, because or when I can scroll all the way up and see the first chat today, because that hasn't been a thing in a while. I might be falling off. But thank you, Orgy, thank you. I enjoyed the stream thoroughly. I enjoyed yesterday. I hope I recounted the tales properly and well and good enough. And yeah. One time, I don't remember, not that long ago, I was watching a Kai Cenat stream, and he ended the stream and he was playing a song and he had like an animation going. Maybe I'm gonna do that someday. I might be doing that someday, but as far as I care, I'm gonna still keep doing this. I'm gonna still keep thanking y'all for watching. So, anyway, yeah, tomorrow's stream gonna be lit. Hope there's probably gonna be some gaming, because I haven't played games on stream in a minute. Probably not Elden Ring Night Rain. Probably what's a bumper? Like an outro. I'll probably play My Little Investigations, finish that crap. Or Pokemon. But here's the thing, Cozy hasn't shown up in a minute, I don't think. But yeah, hey, that's the plans for tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy it. Me personally, I'm gonna hopefully I'm in better energy. Hopefully my skin doesn't hurt, and hopefully my body doesn't ache anymore. But yeah, hey, W stream, W chat. Y'all have been amazing. I appreciate you so much. You guys are awesome. Now that I've missed yesterday, I have to go for like 30 more days straight. So, hey, peace out. See you tomorrow. Good luck on your day, and good luck on your night.
God bless even the mean girls.